Good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the middle of the week where we makers get together and hang out and talk here on the Entrepreneur channel. My name is Liam, for those of you who do not know me. I already have some people waiting in the background who are going to join us for the stream. So let's see who we bring in first. Let me see. We're going to let's bring them all in together. Hey, Jerry.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I got my goggles too.
Hello.
Hey everybody.
Hey guys, how are you?
Watching.
Yeah, we have a good group of people already starting to watch. Let's see who's in chat first of all. So we have Kieran, right, living the dream in Australia. He's a wannabe Australian. He's really from New Zealand, but he's a wannabe Australian.
You know why
the while and gives a hard time over
Australia.
there. And we have Zolan, how are you? Let's see who else in there. Jerry's in there and here. Amanda, how are you, Amanda? You know, guys, you're welcome to come join if you want to join the conversation. Let's see. We have Amanda saying free popcorn. I'm sorry, I have no popcorn unless you're willing to bring it. It's a long drive though from where you are to me. Let's see. Kieran again saying howdy ho to everybody. Dwayne, how are you? Vegemite snacks. Jerry knows all about Vegemite.
And I tried it on a grilled cheese. I'll tell you about it later.
Yep, looking forward to it. Hey, non-fam. Let's see. Everyone's saying hi to non-fam. Vegemite with butter on Weetabix. Okay, Kieran, we trust you. Let's see who else is in there. Dwayne says Cura 411 has just been released. Okay, let's see who else is in there. Dwayne, Kieran, Dwayne. Sergio, HVAC, how are you, man?
Hey, Sergio. Hey, Justin.
Loopy Lou in the other room behind Matt. Counting down to 2 minutes. Let's see who else is there. My phone says 1 minute. Let's see. Hey, Chris, how are you? I'm trying to get through everybody's chat before we get into our conversations. Breakout 3D, Justin. Hey, you must have finished work early today to be able to join us. Let's see, Kieran again. All right, so let's quickly go through all chats. Well, welcome everybody to Hangout. Let me post a link. I'm going to post a link in chat. So if anybody wants to come in and join the conversation, you are welcome to do so. So, guys, what have you been up to? Who wants to start?
You go ahead, Jerry.
Don't rush, it's okay.
All right, I got some Yosu film in the mail. It was an Amazon return. They sent me some rainbow and some red. And print's perfect. Nothing wrong with it. Why the person returned it, I don't know. But as you know, in the 3D printing world, a lot of people have trouble with the first layer. Can't get something to stick. They think it's the filament and they return it. So printed fine for me. And I got a really cool thing here from Clock Spring. It prints in this orientation right here. When I picked it up,
Jerry, let me make you full screen so we can all see better.
It prints in this orientation right here. When I picked it up, it simply goes together. You fold it up, put the little screw in. It's kind of like a Frankenstein little table here, and it's a cell phone holder. You can position it wherever you want to lock it out. I did have some minor problem that you can see it's got holes in it right there. Why that was under extruded and kind of screwed up, I don't know. It doesn't require supports.
No, but it's probably bed adhesion in that area or something.
Yeah, but it's a real pretty color. And I printed this on my Kaiwu Max, and I have been using glue stick because that original build surface, when I got that printer, it was a return. It's not quite working, so I've been putting glue stick on it. But it's a beautiful color. My wife wants me to make one in pink. And then right before that, I had with the pink, I done this vase. This is a free file on my mini factory from Clock Spring. It's a Gothic goblet. And I had a problem. About an inch from the top, I had a layer shift. And then at the top, I had a layer shift, which I had to peel it off. And what happened is when I got the printer, where the wires go from the hot end, let's see, I'll show you a picture of it right here. Where the wires go from the hot end, right near the top, I put a zip tie on the frame, but it was up so high, I figured it'll never be a problem. But when I'm doing an octolapse, where it parks the nozzle and takes a picture, when it got up high, it couldn't hit that end stop. And it caused a layer shift because it couldn't go all the way in. So I had to cut the zip tie. So that's what happened with this goblet here. But other than that, it came out nice. Real pretty color. Printed great. I just need to reprint it now so I can get that last little quarter of inch where it kind of rounds over. But my layers were like 644. I mean, I could hit you in the head, bruise you with this. It's very thick and heavy. I didn't do vase mode or anything like that.
Regards to hitting me in the head, I'll take your word for it. I'm not up to volunteering for practice.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like using vase mode. One time on my Ender 3 V2 that had that 500 millimeter kit, I done that big giant vase in vase mode just to show what it could do. But vase mode is worthless. You can crush it. I don't like vase mode.
It depends on the material. On PLA, yes. Vase mode and PETG it's actually strong as long as you don't turn on the cooling fan.
Okay.
You do it zero cooling all the way up because PETG glues so well together. It actually, I've done some PETG vase modes. I'll go grab one in a while. And they're small enough vases, but they are actually very strong, and they have a bit of give in them, you know.
And then I picked up the Anycubic Viper right behind me on the table there. That was a return going back to Anycubic from a person here in Vegas. I was contacted by Anycubic, so I'm going to go ahead and repair the machine, do some videos on it. And then I've got my Focus foldable printer.
Focus. They want to call it Focus.
Focus?
Yeah.
My Focus foldable printer came in the mail today, and I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow, and we're going to be giving away 5 rolls of filament from the company. And that's tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Pacific. So Liam's going to be helping me out with that. He might be a ghost in the background. He might be on screen like this. I'm not sure yet. But, yeah, that's going to be great at 5 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. And they're having a huge sale tomorrow.
Yeah,
Jerry.
What?
Are people in the UK also included in the filament?
They said only the USA. I tried to go UK and Canada, and the person that I'm dealing with only deals with USA, so it's going to be the filament will be USA only.
Yeah.
So, sorry. That was out of my control. I asked for UK
No
and
problem.
Canada. So
now,
Well,
Matt, now that you spoke up, Matt, it's your turn. You're in the hot seat.
Okay. One thing what I want to do for Liam, if I'm allowed to play tomorrow, I would give my filament to Liam.
Why?
If I win. Because he's doing Toys for Tots.
Okay, well, that's where it will go. If you do that, that's exactly where it will go.
Yeah.
So thank you. And if you do, thank you. And
Let me
I
play.
will use it for that. Okay, cool.
I mean, it's up to Jerry if he lets me play.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, perfect. What I've been up to? I've been doing resin printing
that
quite
went right
a bit.
over my head. I was reading chat. What were you talking about,
He
Matt?
said he wants to enter into the competition tomorrow. And he says if he wins, he wants to give the filament to me so I can use it for Toys for Tots.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, cool. And now my light doesn't want to work. This one was my first resin print.
Well, it's very bright. Can you dim it down? There you go. Oh, yeah, we saw that one. That's nice. Yeah, the bookworm.
Yeah. But I had some support problem right there, here. And there's still some support stuck. I tried to get it off, but I couldn't. And I kind of messed up this line because it was really soft. So I left it the way it is. And I put 2 holes in top. And I figured out that I only need to put 1 hole in. And that's my second try. But this one came out so nicely.
Yeah,
very nicely. Clean.
Yep. Kieran, I would agree with you. Anyone can make the printer foldable. The only problem, the question is, where is the pivot joint connected? Is it connected to just the metal framing of the printer?
He's talking about dropping and damage.
Say that again?
He's probably talking about them being destroyed in shipping.
Oh, yeah. Well, if that's what you're referring to, yes, I've experienced that. That's nice.
Yeah, when that very cool.
See, in summer, Matt is all butterflies. So, oh wait, no. I know what the significance. I know the significance of the butterflies is.
What?
Max is engaged. He's working on getting married. Now that's why he's got butterflies.
Unicorns, butterflies, polka dots.
What do you think, Jerry?
That's also resin print.
That's nice.
Yeah, one thing dumb about the printer, the printer, you know what a printer box is like, and they're really well packed. Well, Amazon put it in a bigger box with 2 airbags with that much gap on one end, so it's going to get more damage being in the Amazon box, and if they would have just put a sticker on the box from China and Amazon brought it out, but they put it in a bigger box.
Yeah, they sometimes do that, and sometimes see the thing is the focus printer, because I have one. It comes in a nice finished box on the outside. It's not like a normal brown cardboard shipping box. So they assume because it's like that, it needs to go inside something else. If it was in a heavy cardboard box, like the Corelli does and so on, it would just come in the box.
It's in the brown cardboard box that's standard, but inside that, I believe, is their fancy box with all the pictures on it. I haven't looked yet, but I've seen pictures online.
Yeah, it's a nice printer. It prints well. I've been using mine. I have one or two moments about it, but they did a lot of stuff right, and I like it.
Well, right now on Amazon, you can get $70 off by checking the box. On Friday only, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., you can get it for $219.99 on Amazon USA. They're having a big sale for one day. First come, first serve. And I got a banner I'll run across the screen tomorrow talking about that. So if you go buy it right now, they want like $349.99. You get $70 off their printer. But on Friday, limited supply in the U.S., you can get it for $219.99 Friday.
Yeah, and they're it's a nice printer. It's same size as an Ender 3. Right, same build volume as an Ender 3, but it's direct drive, and which is nice, and it's got a volcano style clone hot end, so you can actually melt more material faster with it, and assembly is easy. I mean, it's 4 bolts and 6 bolts and plug in a few ribbons and you're done. It's nice.
Yeah, and there's files on the SD card to print, right?
There's files on the SD card to print, and they even have the STL files for their hot end, for their cooling system, the yellow cover. They have the STL files in there, so you can actually reprint them yourself. And the community has developed others as well.
The only thing negative I've seen on the printer, I watched one video on the Facebook group for Focus, and they were talking about that the filament runout sensor is real tiny, like a pencil. And if you run abrasive filament through it, it tends to destroy it where it doesn't work, and then your printer starts beeping. So then you have to remove that from the printer, disconnect it, go into the menu, and you got to turn it off. And they will replace it and send you a new one. Yeah. But I've never seen a filament runout sensor. It looks like a small pen. It's about 1 inch tall. I've never seen it. It must be optical. It's really unusual.
It is small. If they actually put an optical one in there, that issue would go away.
Yeah. So I don't see a room for a micro switch or nothing. It's just so tiny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. An optical one in there would be none because it's only a light beam you're breaking.
Yeah.
But it works. Like I've been using that printer for the Toys for Tots to use up the remainder of my spools, and I have a couple of different like remainder rainbows. So it prints, and it gets to the end, I take it off, and I actually run it all the way out, and then I do the next one, and it goes back printing without issue.
Hello, Tripod. How you doing?
Hey, John. How are you?
Tripod.
The link's in chat if you want to come join in. Let's see. Aspen, a friend of mine from high school, built a shed where the roof slides back on the rails. Yeah, a lot of guys who build telescopes, observatories, they actually have a pergola hanging off the side of it, and they basically just slide the roof off over the pergola, and their telescopes are mounted in there, and they often open and close the roof. Some of them motorize them by using a garage door opener, so they can actually motorize that and actually pull it over and back, remote control, so they can automate its opening.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
So I know a couple of people who've done that. It's a good setup, actually.
Hey, Llama.
Hey, Llama's here, is he?
Llama trouble.
Super Mad Jerry and Evil Mr. Factoid.
Yeah, my wife wanted a ghost, so she found a ghost on Thingiverse. Hey, Tripod, and I'm printing it in rainbow over on the Macs.
See, Llama called me Evil Mr. Factoid. How are you, John? You look pissed off.
Serious.
Yeah, I got to take public transportation to and from work. And now it's just the pandemic traffic is now over. It took me 2 hours to drive in this morning.
Oh, wow. That's a nightmare.
Yeah, so I'm done. So
I can imagine. How is that new printer going?
It's one of the rare occasions that a printer actually works out of the box, man.
Cool.
I mean, it was the only problem I had was really, digging into my workbench, which is a workbench, so I didn't really give two craps about it.
Did you film it?
Huh?
Did you film the unboxing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
Watch his videos. Go to his channel. Subscribe.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
on
see
there.
anything come up. Oh.
You're slacking there, Matt. You're slacking.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm build over bot. I'm actually I've started the initial plans on putting tracks on the telescope. So remember we've been talking about it. I've started the initial plans for it already. So it's
Yeah.
going to happen. It might be 12 months, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean it was that and the Z offset set up at 1 millimeter. That's not good because it just dug right into the bed. You saw the mark on the video. It's like, no, if that was glass, I would have probably been really pissed. But
If it was
yeah,
glass, it would probably survived.
Huh?
If it was glass, it would probably have survived better.
Yeah, but it, the glass is more durable. But when you see it,
Jerry wants to show.
scratch. Yeah, that looks cool. I gave all my clock spring bases away.
John, right here, I had a small layer shift.
Yeah, I saw that in your post.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, I had a zip tie at the top, and when it was doing octolaps, the hot end goes over. It was hitting it, and that caused my layer shift. So once I took it off, I realized that when I started my next print, which was this from clock spring, up about 1/4 of an inch, I had a layer shift. I kept it, so I'm going to do a video on it. But once I reprinted it, it was fine. Other than I had a few places where the honeycomb didn't bond to the bed properly on the glue stick, but it's still printed nice in rainbow. So my wife wants one in pink, so I'm going to do one in pink after I get the ghost done. Because right here I've got a ghost going right there for my wife.
Is that the new one, Jerry? Because he's redone a new model that's got more adjustment steps in it.
I'm not sure.
The original only had a couple of adjustment points. The new one, he's got multiple adjustment points for setting the angle for the stand itself when you lock it in place.
Yeah, this is on my mini factory. I'm not a member of his Patreon.
Okay.
It's $350.
Yeah. I'm like, you know what? I will buy your models, and that's the way I look at it too. Is I can't afford to be on everyone's Patreon.
No.
So, I got 3. So, but it is what it is. But I mean, I pretty, these Kaiwus I've been very pleased with them. So.
I love the cylindrical bearings. Got rid of those V slots. It's great.
My gosh, it's like, okay, you're basically in the CNC arena, right? With these 3D printers. Why the hell can't you just make it like a CNC? Oh, you want the precision?
There's not much of a difference actually between
no, price-wise, not really.
No, the only difference is what it has an E step. That's the only difference.
And it's also like me. I have to keep these Kaiwus. It's very dusty, and then also with Bear with his added benefit in the garage printers, especially to my floor collection, which has grown. The Kaiwus don't sit on the floor because they can't, because there's because of the smooth rails and the
cylindrical rods and the linears.
Yeah, because it's just going to cake right on there. That's the biggest problem with it is you should most likely, when they're not in use, just cover them.
Well, what you could do is also to help, because the grease on those will attract the dust and hair.
That's why I said
keep them down with IPA alcohol and spray them with that dry lube. That will then give you the same effect, but it won't attract the dust.
Well, if you just cover them when you're not using them, also it's the easiest way.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like when I do maintenance on my printers, I'll clean them off with IPA. I clean the rods off with IPA and everything, and then I actually take them out and I spray them down with the spray on dry lube, and then re-put them back in again, and that's it for the next month and a half or 2 months before I have to go touch them again.
Yeah,
depending on how much I use it.
But if you're basically in a CNC space, using these re-rollers it's something I just never got. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's a unique design, because I didn't know any better when I had the Plus as my first printer. And then I'm like, oh, you got a eccentric nut here to tighten things. Why do you need to do that? But when you see the Kaiwu with, this is a 359 printer, it comes standard with direct drive and all these other features as honestly, I think it's the minimum of what we should see now on printers for that price range.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I want to bring up more stuff in it, but the video was approaching 20 minutes. I'm like, I gotta keep it under 20, so.
You know, the show what you had yesterday didn't even show up yesterday on my iPad. I didn't I had no warning or nothing that you were going live.
A warning.
It wasn't
Don't
live.
watch.
It wasn't a live.
oh no,
yeah.
beware! John is going live. Warning.
Hey, John, I got a question.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
Tripod. John, can you be in the green room and still talk on camera, or no?
No one will hear you.
No.
Okay, then how does Jim do it with Geary?
Jim, so what he does is it's an animated thing. So he's on camera. It's just an animated. So
No, I know, but I've seen Geary still talking, but not have his emoji up.
Maybe
Geary
this
is-
would work.
Huh?
I'm trying to see which options would work here.
Because I thought I've seen Geary. I know Gary's a real person. It's what's his name, like you, that lost his leg, but I forget his name.
No, it's not that person.
Okay.
I know who it is because Murphy is slipped out. So
Okay.
But
Mad
Built Over
Monkey,
Bot
Mad
said,
Monkey or something.
yeah, you should never not be using them.
Talking about the printers, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm gonna be donating, like I said, about half of them. So.
So I thought you could be in the green room. Like tomorrow, Liam's going to help me out when I do my live stream.
Yeah, I was
He's
gonna
gonna
say it's best to have someone fielding while you're assembling and doing.
Yeah, he's going to be running chat, but I thought I could have him in the green room running it, but evidently not. Even though
No, people are gonna have to see his mug. You're gonna lose subscribers. It's okay.
All right,
You'll probably gain them afterwards.
I'll put up an icon instead of my face.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
So I
I'll
shared
do
it on my
this.
An improved avatar. Good idea.
So I shared your stream on my Facebook group, which is not nearly as big as yours, but someone actually made a valid point that you may want to use when is asked the question. And I answered it in mine it was like, well, I don't understand the point of a folding printer after it's already assembled. And I said, well,
Take it to Murph. Take it to Disneyland.
well, I said,
Hotel.
if say that you need to move it out of the way and you have a lower shelf between the shelf, having that height restricts where you can store it when it's not in use. So something as simple as that, that's what I did as a comment, is for transportation and for and storing
Temporary storage. Yeah.
I'm bringing
Yeah,
out my
that's
wife's
simple.
carry-on. If it doesn't come with its own carrying case, which I don't know, I haven't opened it. I'm
No.
bringing out my wife's carry-on suitcase. I'll throw that up there and say, hey, you can throw it in your luggage. You can take it to Disneyland. Never be away from your hobby. Take it with you.
Here we go. Hey, and that's actually a good way to. You should just record what you just
Yeah,
hey Liam, just record that because he's smiling.
it's already recorded. So what I have to do is
He
go
looks
sit
good
down.
when he's smiling. Not to hit on you there, Jerry,
Yeah.
but he's smiling and he was full of energy when he said it. So
Yep,
send it to him.
And that's the way you
I mean,
say it tomorrow.
Sure, you can take any printer apart, buy multiple screws and this and that, and put an ender or anything, a CR10, in a suitcase, but it's more work putting it back together. So if you have something smaller, you could go zoop, 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 print. That'd be cool. Hey, Ben Brady, how you doing?
I have a question for you, Jerry. Do you have to make that sound? Zoop, 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 zoop.
Yeah, you have to have sound. You got to use your hands. You got to have sound effects. It's part of it. I know.
It's part of Italian, Astro.
When I do my
Part of
resin
Italian.
prints, when I was taping, occasionally you'll see my hand doing this because I'm talking with my hands. So. And I'm
So
not
Jerry's
Italian.
really a ventriloquist. He talks with his
Yeah, I'm not Italian. But
No,
I
that's
talk
Betty
with my
Boop's
hands.
No.
ventriloquist.
I've
Okay,
got a
so where's
universal-
the hand, Kieran?
Back of the head. Mac.
Oh,
I even got a
You know, in the
universal
fake-
hand sign.
Barry, how are you?
Show it.
They have those little, every time in Batman they had it, those fight scenes. It goes boo, and then like a little
the old
cartoon
Batman?
thing would come. Yeah, with
Yeah.
what's
Barry
his name?
Kong, hello.
the voice bubbles comes up, goes pow,
Yeah,
bam.
pow.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Batman.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da, Batman.
So what's this? What's this?
A fancy bait pipe.
A wow stick.
Roll stick.
Explain.
I used to have a big stick behind my door. It'd be a wow stick if you broke in at night.
It's supposed to be a fancy screwdriver.
Is that the one
electric
that when you turn your hand, it actually accelerates?
Are you not happy
I've
with one of
seen
those?
Well,
in
real
life.
men hold it like this, not like that.
Yeah.
I could do some other sign language, but I won't because it's trying to keep it friendly.
I don't.
I know you don't.
The thing is I can't wait for my next review thing because it's self-sponsored, so I could just. It's gonna be not PG-13 or anything. It's gonna. And, I'm just tired of vanilla. I mean, people enjoyed it. The last video, I thought, it took a lot of editing. That was too many camera shots, and that's I see why people tend to do a vlog style when they do it because it's just easier.
But it's still a real nice video. It was really good.
Saturday
Really
when Timothy had the kangaroo on Saturday, I got a YouTube copyright strike on it. It's not going to affect me, but it demonetized the video. Where the guy punches a kangaroo. Yeah, YouTube hit me up with a copyright strike.
Well, yeah.
Good point, George.
That's why I use the clips that I do in mine.
Keep them under 10 seconds. Usually you don't have a problem.
Oh, yeah. And those usually the ones I find are 3 seconds or less.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Bender one was about 5 seconds.
Yeah, whenever I put anything into a video in Davinci Resolve, I play it and I watch the counter. I get 10 seconds. I usually take off a couple seconds and save small clips. So
what are you working on, John?
Well, the weather is starting to get a little bit cooler. I was going to do the driveway video. I had the day off on Monday, but those effing cicadas.
Noise.
They're noisy.
My God.
Yeah.
I go out there. I'm like, okay, so I'm over the weekend. I was like, okay, they tend to die down a little bit in the morning, and then I took the weed whacker out. I'm cleaning out the front yard.
Oh, they're swarming you?
And
just the noise.
Yeah, they're just noisy.
And I'm getting ready with the camera gear because will be above PG-13 for this video. And
are you wearing your Speedo? Is that why it's going to be above PG-13?
No, I think so. There'll be some innuendos.
Okay.
So how cartoons sometimes will throw those adult humor in there, sideline. It'll be stuff like that, but with adult
Shrek humor.
Yeah, but more explicit.
Yeah.
But anyways, the wind was fine for the drone, but there's going to be a lot of me talking outside, facing the camera, and the cicadas were just randomly a little quiet and then really loud. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I could deal with this. And then the neighbor down the street starting to play music. I'm like,
mariachi music, right?
How about
it was just with vocals. So if it was just like instrumentals, you could probably get away with it on YouTube. But it had vocals in it.
Okay.
Some country garbage that my wife will listen to. So I mean, actually, I do like country music, but I'm like, I can't get away between the cicadas and the music. And I was like, forget it. So I'm gonna have to do this
video and then do a voiceover indoors, like record your voiceover on it separately.
No, but this one needs. It's the way that I have the video with all of the comments that I printed out. This is only about a quarter of them because it's broken down into categories. So yeah, it's called questions answered, and one of the signs is.
Did that hurt your feelings?
Davinci Resolve. Is there an option for recording right in Davinci?
Like what you want to?
Like a voiceover.
You just
I do all voiceover.
I know, but are you running it out of Davinci? Is there a mic option while you're watching it? You're talking.
Yep. Yeah. So you're watching the video going through. That's the whole video for the Kaiwu was, and actually from my first video was the that I did was the Artillery Genius was the one that my first one with Davinci Resolve. All that the voiceover was done with it, and it is so much easier to equalize your voice on it. And I suggest using a plug-in mic, like a lapel mic on it. It just works. Even I use the Apple headphones that used to come with your iPhones, and it works.
Upsell.
No, I hate Apple, so it's not.
Yeah, me too. With a vengeance. With a vengeance.
So I only have it because Apple is the last company that has what's called a vertical stack. Does anyone know what that means, Liam?
A vertical stack in Apple? I don't use Apple, so.
Vertical stack is basically they make the hardware, software, and everything.
Oh, yeah. But,
okay, so
yeah.
Palm was the last company to do it before them. So
yeah, they do everything
Microsoft.
integrated, like Oracle does
Yeah.
with their systems.
Yeah, so it's, they support the product from back end to front. So
Hey, Mika.
unfortunately, there was there's a reason why my phone's name is called Big Crapple.
Yep.
Okay.
Understandable. Yep.
Yeah, I just call them bad apples.
Yeah, so not
Like,
a fanboy.
I like
Don't
their
do fruit-
desktops,
don't do
their
fruit
laptops
devices.
are great. I just don't like their mobile devices.
Yeah, but the headphones actually fit my ears. One of the few that do, and I use that mic, but it's very sensitive. So with the beard, it will pick up
Rasping.
that noise, so you hold it away. But otherwise, I think that the last couple videos that my balance has been pretty much steady. I do all the voiceovers that way. I know Jim at the Edge of Tech, he talks as he's filming. I make too many mess ups doing it that way, or I have to reshoot too many times, so I stopped doing that.
I talk as I'm filming. I repeat myself multiple times. When I rewatch it, I'm like, man, I already said that twice.
Mm.
Yeah. And there are different days I will tape something and then I put it all together. It's like, wow, I just said that in here and there. And now the next day I'm saying the same thing again. And I'm sure Karen.
Old timer's disease.
I repeat myself a lot.
Yeah, I put it on Twitter. Someone asked what my timeline looks like for my last video, so I actually put it up there.
Yep, that's a lot of work.
Yeah. So lots of clips. So what I do is actually I stopped using my SLR camera because of problems with how fast it focuses. I just use my phone for everything. As soon as I'm done with shooting the video, I delete everything off the phone. I'm like,
I
all right.
normally use my Logitech Brio here taping, but then I switch to my phone. It's a lot simpler to set up my phone and tape it, walk around and tape this, tape that. But I have to remember that in Davinci Resolve, I've got to flip it so the printer's not backwards like the Kaiwu was. Because if you got the front-facing camera, everything is reversed on the screen.
Yeah,
and I see that DeWitt Tim Sunday, I thought he printed the little bed buddy, and then I noticed it was a Vegemite dispenser. So,
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah, but it's finally, then after I'm done with a review video, I gotta help my brother work on the suspension in his car, so that eats up my time too, because I just did it to my wife's car. I was gonna do a video on that, but I got so pissed off of the nice rust that we live in, the rust belts with salt on the roads during the winter, corrodes our cars so fast. Liam knows what I'm talking about. I don't know if anyone else, but when it's called a rust belt, it's all the states that have winter.
All the
and
northern
they use
states,
salt
yeah.
to melt the snow during the wintertime. It corrodes our cars fast. Okay, no matter how many times you wash it.
Salt does that too.
Yeah, that's salt. Yeah, that's what I
It's
said.
rock salt. He didn't hear.
But
Yeah, they use rock salt on the roads.
yeah, and I'm telling you, I gave up on that video because I was so pissed off. Because one side took me 4 hours to do.
Take care, Mika, if he's leaving.
But yeah,
Thank
the
you,
weather's
Martin.
gonna break here, so that means I can finally do the garage when it's cool enough in here to do it.
Yeah, Chris he lives in Wisconsin. He's part of the Rust Belt.
Yeah, I guess England too, or
Somewhat, but you don't get weather. You don't get snow like we do.
no.
You get snow and you get
North.
ice, but like you don't get anything even close to what we get here. Like we'd get a foot of snow in one night.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Nice.
You wouldn't see a foot of snow in a year. We'd see it in one night in our areas, especially Chicago, because Chicago's right by the lakes and they get the lake effect snow because the lakes are so large. they create their own weather events. The water expanse is so large, so they actually have storms will brew over the lakes that you would not normally find over a normal lake because of their size. And you get the same with rain, and you get the same with snow. So it actually creates its own weather. The Great Lakes do.
I got a doctor's appointment in the morning. Is set up for a procedure probably next week.
So that brain surgery is finally happening. They're going to install one.
This surgery.
Wow, you want this guy moderating?
He is on a nasty streak today.
Come on, you have to take the chance.
The procedure I'm having done. Once they're done, they'll slap my butt and buy me breakfast. So, anyway,
He's getting a colonoscopy.
That's the one.
it'll be
Ask
like
for the destination of that tube.
probably like the fifth one I've
Unfortunately,
had.
I've had 3 because I had colon cancer. So
Yeah.
it sucks.
So you're prepping tonight then?
No, that's probably next week.
Oh, okay.
But one thing about it, other than the stuff you got to drink, I'm not going to talk about all that crazy crap. But when you're actually
Crazy
there,
crap because it doesn't make
Yeah,
any
that's
difference.
the phrase that sums it up. Yeah, that sums it
every
up
single time that I woke up from that or surgery,
with a smile
wake
on his
up-
face.
you wake up thinking, when am I going to sleep? Every single time I woke up thinking, okay, when am I going to sleep? When are you going to do it? I'm already done.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That means that's the way it should be.
And the last time it happened, my wife said they had trouble waking me up. I wasn't waking up as quick as I should have. So
I had a buddy of mine in Ireland. He's one of these people that gets combative when he comes out of anesthesia. They have to strap him in because he comes out swinging. He wakes up swinging his fists. He's combative.
I've done that myself, and the nurse gave the wife a card for spousal abuse to call after I came out of the upright.
but would you want to, Chris?
Chris is offering to do it for the Jeep.
Yeah.
I thought about taking a Sharpie and writing on my butt something before I go in, like insert here with an arrow or something. See if they got a good laugh out of it while I was asleep and they rolled me over.
Oh, they would. They would have a good laugh out of it.
So.
They would.
Luckily, they're not using the camera at both ends because you can make sure they do the top end first.
Yeah.
Well, I went in and I got surgery done on my knee, and on the other leg I wrote the other one across my knee to make sure they didn't operate in the wrong one. But they always do that, right? They always come around. They ask you to mark your leg, But
they still
you
screw
should
up.
always mark the other one as well. They say not this one or something like that.
Yeah.
Because mistakes
They
happen.
screw up.
Yeah.
Yep.
They definitely marked the correct one for mine being gone.
Well, that's good.
Well, they had 2 choices, had 2 chances at it, so they didn't get it right the first time. They can always try again.
I've got a long hernia that runs down my stomach that'll never heal. And then where the bag used to be, there's an area about the size of a golf ball where the tissue is really soft, where the skin, the muscle never grew back together, and I have a hernia right there.
Yeah, I had because I had when they did the removed 7 inches of my colon, they like literally opened me up from mid chest all the way down to the waist, and I had punctures. I had over 70 staples, and they were like, "Well, you need to take it easy." I'm like,
You're fun to go through
how's that going to work out for me?
I bet you're fun to go through an airport security with.
Yeah, mine kept getting infected. Getting infected, and and then when it finally healed over, my belly button's gone. I mean, under there somewhere's a belly button, but it's all skin right now.
Yeah, he's smooth down there.
Yeah.
Don't want to know.
Yeah, but so what happened was, I was like, oh, this is weird. When I stand up, it like falls out. Some from I'm like, I wonder if I have a hernia. And so he goes to the doctor and like, oh yeah, you have one. And so I went to the surgeon. They're like, okay, yeah, you'll be in and out in 1 day. We'll fix it. Nope, 70 more staples. I was shredded all in the inside. They put a mesh in me. I'm like, are you kidding me? So yeah, my whole belly button's all deformed and everything now from that one.
Belly button goes all the way up.
Oh yeah, it's like, hey, you got an inverted
I know.
nipple.
No,
It's my belly button.
No, what they're going to do is that the next time they're going to install a zipper so they can get easy access.
It looked like a zipper.
Yeah.
Having all those staples going down you. Wow. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, Chris said a while ago. He said his system records so you can post a video on your YouTube.
Yeah, there you go.
Now that
well,
will get some
well,
monetary
Jerry,
cancellation.
hopefully it's nothing serious. Hopefully it's just a checkup. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Well, yeah, it's a yearly thing, right? When you reach a certain age, you have to go get it done every
no
year.
5 years, not yearly.
Well, it depends on what they find. If they
Unless
find
you
nothing in
insist.
year one,
Unless you insist,
I have to
Liam.
go for another one.
I know a buddy of mine gets it done here in Michigan. He gets it done. Oh, has to go and get it done once every 10 years.
I'm missing
Because-
some big tree ducks. Maybe they'll find them.
He's say that again,
Maybe.
Jerry. What are you doing with the VTT ducks?
Yeah.
Well, the reason he's going, Liam, he kept on bending over and hearing a strange squeak. I found the ducks. Gotta get those ducks found.
So
Like,
Jerry's
take the ducks.
speaking to me since that's what
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, I tried Vegemite on a grilled cheese, but you know what?
And
It doesn't spread very well. So in a couple places on the bread, I got it too thick. And then I made it on a skillet, and it was salty. I can taste a different taste, which is, like I said, a little salty. Whether it improved the grilled cheese or not, I don't know. But I think I had it on too heavy, even though I tried to go paper thin.
yeah,
So
just sort
I'm-
of very thin.
Yeah, I'm still up in the air about whether it works on a grilled cheese or not, but I did try it.
That's good. That's good to know.
Terrible stuff. I mean, are you getting? Should we get you some help, like a doctor or something, because you slowly get addicted to Marmite or whatever it's called now?
It grows on you like a bad rash. It'll grow on
I
you.
know that's what I mean. I mean, the way he's talking about it, it's like he's falling in love with that
No,
thing.
well, I bought it. I have to eat it, right?
Yep.
No,
I don't
you
want to waste
don't.
it.
Built over
Well,
by
Actually, I believe I bought it.
Yeah, that's right. You bought it.
Can you give him Vegemite to a dog?
So what he bought, I
Yes,
put in my
yes.
Why
mouth.
would you? No, the question is, why would you do that to your pet? You like your pet. Why would you do that to them?
I know,
Built over by-
but
this is the camera that he uses.
That's why the corners are filed off, just to make it
Yeah.
nice and round. Yeah, fold the corners round.
what for colonoscopy? They take that type of camera? I thought it's more like this type of camera.
Colonoscopies always put you to sleep, so I don't know what happened there.
You don't really want to know.
Well,
There's some countries that they don't.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not going to get a camera that goes in the other hole that's down there again awake.
Again, that's
Oh
not.
wow. Yeah, the nurse comes in. She goes, "Hey, Mr. Knapp, we got to pull out that tube." It's like, "Huh? I'm awake." So they pull it out. She comes back in halfway. I'm sorry, I got to put it back in. It's like, you're
Yeah.
kidding me.
Yeah.
It's like,
Pulling it
wow,
out when you're
man.
awake's okay. Pushing it in, I wouldn't appreciate it. But pulling it
Oh
out when
no,
you're
it's
awake.
like, well, I've been peeing fire for almost 3 years, so they can't figure out what's wrong with me. So
You know, guys, it's a little bit too much information.
Okay.
well, I mean, maybe we could 3D print some remedies.
No, when they did the biopsies for my prostate cancer, that was it. I didn't realise that I got spit roasted with a camera on the front, the perforations in the bladder,
Hey Jesse, how are
and
you?
We're talking about
the
medical
biopsies up the
stuff.
back. So
I
yes, I
can't
really got.
be. Oh boy.
Yeah,
Okay,
something
I can't be
something about
stopping.
getting infiltrated by both ends.
Yes, spit roasted is the word.
So Kieran, what are you
I
3D
didn't realise
printing
that
right
till
now?
Yeah, let's talk about 3D printing. Why are we talking about all
It's
that?
an open all hours session here.
No, it's yeah, it is. pretty
Medical disasters and things that could go
Look
wrong.
what I made. Tripod.
good. They- Chris is laughing.
Yeah,
Tripod's
that's
not even
it.
watching.
So okay.
Hey,
So-
it's an
So
open
we only,
discussion.
we only
All
make
things
the
discussed.
we only need to see him to make appointment for next week to get the procedure done, right, Jerry?
Whenever they want me to go in, my wife was, "Don't do it on the 16th. It's my birthday." She's going to be 47. I said, "Okay, we won't do it on your birthday. Not that we're going to do anything anyway.
Wow.
I can bring her home a Happy Meal, I guess."
Yeah,
Oh,
just-
the big
just to
spender on
change it
that
here.
one.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
beats the small fry that she usually gets. So
Yeah, Liam, on the back of this, it says PWM/TIL, and then negative, positive for this board that's not working properly. But on the
Yeah.
laser head from Comgrow, it's only got 2 connections, PWM and ground.
Yep.
'Cause I
So
want-
positive.
It's positive. Yeah, positive.
I wanted to comment a little bit further on that video. Is I did make a comment. Never run your lasers, even if it's a diode at 100%. It's not really meant to do that, and you don't know if they're already overclocking that ahead of time. So you could be pushing it 100%, depending on the quality of that laser. It could be actually at 130 or something at that time. So it's best to do it maximum 70%, especially with CO2. When you get into CO2 and so, but even a diode, unless you just don't give a crap about it.
On the diode, on the VCC, it's either on or off, like you're hooking it up to a 3D printer. And on this board, that's what I had hooked up to. And I'd done test prints all day. And then right in the middle of a print, my wife's sitting there, just quit working. But the axis has still worked and everything like that. The board lit up and I don't see any burning. But so I took the old laser that I had on this before I bought the new one. I plugged it in, turned it on, it wouldn't fire either. So
you probably blew out something on the board.
Something happened with this board, and I'm trying to find a replacement. I've been looking for days, all day long, checking websites, trying to find one. But all the places where you plug in the laser has 3 connectors, and on this laser, it only has 2.
Yeah, you just take the positive negative. It's all you wire up.
Yeah.
The third one you ignore.
So the PWN plug ignore and just do the plus and minus.
Because all the board is doing is varying the voltage, and that's going to vary the amount of power to the laser, right?
And then on the
that's all it's doing for the fan.
On or off. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's never all the way on or all the way off. It's on, and in its variation of voltage, because it's got a what's the word I'm looking for?
Ask Ike.
Speed control. It's for the speed control.
Yeah, I believe I'm with Olga Munchin on that one. I think it's a MOSFET that just went.
Yeah, he probably it's either that or a capacitor or something on the board.
Well, let's just just say capacitor, resistor, transistor. Let's say them all.
But, it's a piece of electronics.
And the Arduino that's on there does not have a reset button like it shows on their website. But I don't see a burnt chip on here. But I don't have a magnifying glass. So
yeah, well, you wouldn't see it. You may not see it because it could be just something inside the chip could have gone bad. Yeah. You may not see it. So. It could be something like half the time electronics, you don't always see them burn out unless it's a sudden surge in voltage that actually broke it. So
I got a pooch delivery today.
You did?
Yeah, he had a sale on the
rip box.
Yep. Yeah, it was like $60. I'm like, okay, I'll buy it for $60.
What's his name? I forgot. I've heard Pooch for so long, I forgot what his name was.
I don't know.
I don't remember what his name was.
I don't remember. I've only ever known him as Pooch.
Somebody in chat, what's Pooch's name? I forgot. His first name. You don't have to use his last name.
I can't remember. But, so yeah, just do positive and negative is all you have to do. Because the board controls the voltage variation.
So I'll order that other board. It's like $40. I showed you a picture of off Amazon. And I can also pull it off here and take it out in the garage and quickly plug it to my CNC and possibly use it either or. And then if it works out there...
Well, you wouldn't do that because the board, you will have to put settings onto it for the XY minimums and maximums, right? Dimensions. Yeah. So you would have to at least know how big the area is. And that's saved to the board.
Well, this board here, when I plugged it in, it simply worked. I never had end stops, so when I get this new board, I'll go ahead and put end stops on my little laser for the hell of it. So, Alan, okay, thank you, Chris.
Yeah, Alan Puccinelli is his name.
Yeah. Oh, you Googled it?
So,
thanks.
Yeah, so but you should put in the dimensions of it because then when you connect it, when you set it up in, like when you go into Lightburn and you plug it into the board. And you set up the machine settings when you're setting up Lightburn. You can go into Lightburn. There's an option in Lightburn where you set the machine and you can tweak the settings in the software.
I did.
That's what you should be forcing in, and it saves it to the board is what it does.
Yes.
It sets the limitations in the firmware of the board. Because especially if you're doing end stops, you need to know because they're going to be on the start point, and you need to know how far it can travel and what is and is not out of bounds.
Yeah.
What, John?
Listen to that guy.
You're so full of it.
Ike.
Well, no, I have a couple of lasers. That's what I do. I move it around, but you can tweak the settings in Lightburn, and when you do save, it actually saves it to the board. And the
Do you
machine's
have
ready.
a picture of your alter ego, or am I the only one that shows it? Do you actually have it?
You are the only person that calls me. Well, no, Dan has started to call me Ike recently as well.
And
Has he?
recently, you called your name on screen, Ike, too.
I did for a while just to be funny because you kept calling me Ike all the time, so I threw it in there for the laugh.
Yeah.
I adopted it. I adopt the name. I don't care what you call me as long as it's not too early in the morning. Well, that means you have to call me before 5 a.m. because that's when I get out of bed. So
So that'd be what, 3 my time? It's 4:50 here right
no,
now.
that'd be 2 a.m. your time.
It's
Okay.
10 to
That's
8
when
here
I
in the
get-
morning.
Yeah, I get out of bed at 5 a.m.
Yeah, I wake up
That-
throughout the night. My phone will ding. I'll go get on Facebook to see who's messaging me and whether I need to respond or not.
Yeah, no, I get up at 5 because I have to get breakfast ready for my son to get him out of bed for school in the mornings.
How old is he?
He is just turned
18.
15? He should be able to get up and get his own breakfast, and Dad should sleep.
Yeah, damn right.
Well, no, we cook breakfast. I do. He gets a cooked breakfast every morning.
Okay.
You don't trust him in the kitchen?
He always has.
Does Chef Mike do it, or you do it?
I do the breakfast. My wife does dinner.
Okay.
A good fry up, but a nice
No,
good
actually,
fry up.
it'll vary from day to day, but he always has. He had pancakes. Tomorrow he'll probably have sausage with rice, and I'll cook the rice tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
How about
I will have
French
either
My wife's Asian,
Cheerios.
so rice is part of the rice is a steady part of the diet he grew up with. So, yes,
I
John.
have Cheerios or Cocoa Puffs or something.
Well, yeah, no, he's not into cereals. He never has been. It's always been. He grew up with cooked breakfast. So,
I'll be right back.
all right. So that's what that's what he always gets. So, and I don't mind doing it. It just means, and then when he's done with his breakfast, then I get him off to school.
I'm with
So-
Built Overbot, man. The only time that we had breakfast as a family was sometimes on Sundays and a Sunday breakfast. Otherwise, it was.
You need to train Matt.
You would
Luke.
get maybe
gotta
an
train
English you would make an English muffin sometimes. Otherwise, sometimes there was no breakfast.
Oh no, I've gotten up in the
My
morning
house.
and like on some days I've gotten up in the morning and I'll go and I'll bake scones, fresh
No.
scones in the morning,
Ooh, fish scones.
Yeah.
buttermilk scones with raisins in it. Yeah, that's a good breakfast. No, but
no potato cakes. Come on, Liam.
no. Like buttermilk scones, you can make they take 40 minutes to make. 30 of that's in the oven.
Yeah, probably not that long.
No, they're very easy to make. They're fast. Think about you can do them in less than an hour easily. Like even if you're not used to making them, you can do them pretty quickly. So like, and I've done that once or twice for him. But he's normally like I do rice or I'll do pancakes with rice with sausage or something like that, and I'll do pancakes for him or whatever. Like,
You got a rice steamer, cooker?
oh yeah. Well, my wife's Asian, of course we do.
You gotta have a rice
You
cooker.
can't have an Asian household without a rice cooker.
A rice cooker or three.
Well, yeah, there's never when one seems to be giving problems, there's a brand new one comes in because it's the staple, it's a requirement.
Yeah.
But the rice cooker we have is also a pressure cooker, so we can actually use it for multiple things and even making soups or whatever as well.
Is that a ventilation duct?
No, Jerry's wife printed that to keep him quiet.
Yeah, that's it.
That's her on-off switch for Jerry.
Looks like an extractor fan vent.
Yeah, I'm with everyone else in this chat here. It's after a certain age, after age of like 4, make your own damn breakfast.
Well, he doesn't mind doing it, but he getting his own breakfast. But I'm going to be up anyway, and it gets me an early start to my day. So
Do you make his bed?
no.
Does your wife?
No.
Okay.
That's what he
That's all
does. And he mows the lawn on the weekends.
Cool.
So
Don't you make breakfast for Loopy there, Matt? Hasn't she got you trained yet for that?
don't worry, she's working on it, I bet.
I do that quite occasionally.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
So
He's
in other
working up to
in
it
other
every
words,
day.
he
Yeah.
goes down.
I said
in other words,
quite occasionally.
he does it occasionally. In other words, he goes out and goes down the street to Starbucks and buys a bagel and coffee and brings it home.
No.
That's not
I
how
make
you do
her.
it.
I make her fresh oatmeal
He
sometimes
pours the
in the
milk for her.
morning
He pours the milk
with
into the bowl.
fruits
Fruits.
like blueberries, raspberries.
Okay.
I had pot stickers about an hour ago. I buy
Oh,
them,
they're good.
put them in a skillet, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of water, steam
You see,
them.
you fry them, we steam them.
Yeah, well, they're steamed and fried.
Yeah.
You burn water.
No, you steam them. Then in America they tend to use oil when they're doing what they call pot stickers here. But those dumplings we actually use with just water and we steam them.
I like them browned. I like everything crunchy and
Or
brown.
they'll be browned. The bottom of it will be brown, but they
Cicadas,
steam them.
whatever. You know, as long as it's,
Steam them first, and then a splash of oil, let them brown up and crisp up on the outside after. Yep.
He does.
Everybody
even
reads
meal.
it.
That's really nice. So he actually knows he's with the McDonald's. That's really cool.
Hey, John, you could 3D print some little coffins, John, and then go outside, catch cicadas, put them in there, put the lid on, do a little video on it.
Here we go. Those things are pretty nasty looking too. They don't sting or anything. They're just
harmless.
really ugly.
But the
looking
legs
things.
with
If
the
you're mowing
spines
the
on them.
lawnmower, they'll kind of come down and occasionally buzz you, and they pee on you.
What, cicadas?
Yes.
No, not
When I
here.
was younger with a lawnmower, occasionally they'd buzz around, they pee on you. Unless it was my sweat, yeah, they pee on you.
It's just you, Jerry. Then,
Yeah.
because I've never seen him do that here. And we get them here every year. Like they're loud, and then they don't last very long. They last about a month or so, maybe 6 or 8 weeks, and then they all die off.
Breeding season. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
find
but then
their
they die
shell.
off. Yeah.
I haven't seen any here in a long time, but you find their shells outside. They crawl up things and they hatch at night. They grab their little
Yeah,
shell.
every 7 years they come out, or in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's roughly 7 years.
Depending on the weather, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's some insects will come out every 19 years.
They're good on pizza. Pineapple and cicadas on pizza.
Yeah. Mealworms
I
are not
trust
bad
you.
either. I hear.
Well, Jerry,
Chocolate-
you eat
chocolate covered,
Marmite,
yeah.
you'll eat anything.
Yeah.
Cicadas aren't a problem. If you're in New Zealand, you've got these as a problem instead.
Kiwis.
No, it's wetters.
Oh, I thought the kiwis are like rats over there.
Okay. That's gross.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
life
they're big.
size. That's life size.
Wow.
And what's scarier is when you get the cave wetters, they're twice that size for the dark ones.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I don't like
Oh.
bugs. Sorry.
That must be pretty good for fishing.
Yeah.
they're bad because if you're in the house and you get your washing out and you get into the washing, you bring them in and you put a shirt on, they're still inside. The claws and the hooks dig into your skin and they don't want to come off. They don't bite or anything, but it's just the hooks and the claws. You see the legs just covered in hooks and spines.
Yeah, you know how to get rid of that problem there. Just cut the feet off.
Hey,
Your feet?
I don't know.
You're getting personal now, Matt.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Yes, guys, smash that like button.
Yeah.
And if you want, and then if anyone wants to join chat, I put the link in the chat. I can post it again. But if you want to join in, if you want to donate to the channel, there's a pinned link for my PayPal. If you want to donate to the channel, guys.
I thought you were donating to us.
Yes. Please like, subscribe, and share. Let's get Liam over 1,000 subs, everybody. Please share this. Please share his YouTube channel. Please help out and hit that thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, yes, and pineapple and pizza don't go well together. I'm sorry.
They do.
I don't
Yeah.
order
I
pineapple
like
on pizza.
pineapple
on
I
pizza.
have had it. It's fine. Pineapple is fine on pizza, but I will never order
No,
it that way.
anchovy and banana you have to try.
It's
Banana.
okay. Anchovy and banana on a pizza.
Banana and peanut butter might be good.
I'm sorry. Well, now pizza needs to have two things: tomato
Okay.
sauce and cheese.
Yeah.
Right? They're the requirements, and then beyond that, then it has to have. In what I'm
Mushroom.
concerned, it needs to have meat.
Got to have mushrooms. Mushrooms and meat.
Mushrooms are good.
We usually do sausage and mushroom.
Yeah, I'm behind. I get behind that any day of the week.
Meatball
But,
mushroom, pepperoni mushroom, sausage
I'm gonna be
mushroom,
making some
unlikely.
pork chops in a few minutes, anyways. So
pork chops on a pizza. I don't know.
no, just regular pork chops.
When I was a little kid, my mom had pork chops like almost every night. I don't buy pork chops very often.
Yeah, we had them when we were kids.
Just make sure when you get your wow stick, you don't get the smaller one. You get the manlier one.
You could put a Q-tip on
And
that.
one.
You could put a Q-tip on that and clean your ears out real good.
Oh, I thought. Yeah, that's why I'm returning it. It's all gummed up now. So
Oh.
Well, now the trifecta is here.
Oh man.
Hey, Kieran,
Hey, Jason.
Jason,
oh
How are you?
shit,
what?
Jason's here.
Can't hear you,
You can't
Jason.
hear you. That's the way
Say-
they
Yeah,
like
you're all
it.
good,
I
buddy.
was listening to all of you say. I was listening to all of you say my name, except for a cross.
What's
You mean
up,
this
Dan?
one?
You see what I did, Jerry? We have the 3 dunces along the bottom.
No, nobody's a dunce. Everybody's a great person.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, but
we
come
all-
on, you have to
we
have
all
a laugh
have
out of it.
different-
the 3
we all have our
smartest are
different
both.
skill levels. We all have different issues. Nobody's perfect at nothing.
You
We're
got
all great.
Exactly.
you got Mo.
Curly
Which
and
end
Larry.
is it? Larry
Well,
and Curly on the far
Curly on
end.
the end. You got Curly on the end. Wop, 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 wop. Wop, 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 wop.
There you go.
Give myself a black eye.
And Shemp. Don't forget
Yeah.
Shemp.
Oh, and that's Joe.
And Joe.
Okay. I'll dig it.
Oh no one wants to be Joe.
I don't care.
If anybody would like to donate to Liam, he's trying to do more Toys for Tots. He doesn't have any filament. So if anybody
Yeah,
can
I mean, I never
afford to
got my
throw him a few
filament from
bucks on
them.
PayPal, it would really help
Yep.
him out.
It's
Well, they haven't
delayed.
sent it out yet. They haven't shipped the IC3D haven't shipped filament.
Yeah.
They are still, I believe, the last I heard is they're working with carriers to try and find the optimal way of doing this.
Yeah.
Because the costs have gone through the roof, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I'd be willing, like they're a 3-hour drive from me. I'd be willing to drive down there if they were open on a weekend and pick stuff up. I have no problem with that. But they're not open on the weekends.
Yeah.
I can't do midweek.
Octolapse just took a picture. If you guys caught that, it was parking and clicking a picture.
Yeah, I saw it, yeah. So, but it's like they'll get it out to us, but Zeal Tech have I think they have two new spools arriving tomorrow. But a person in Zeal Tech that offered to get me material, she said she's out sick, and when she gets back, which hopefully will be tomorrow or the day after, she said she would look to see what returns they have that are open packets, and she'll box some of them up and get them out to me as well.
Yeah, I vaguely remember a lot of that, Tom. Some of the names I kind of recognize. Hey, what's up, Marcus?
Locked away. Good.
Who's enough to remember King Crimson's 21st Centuries? You rewrote the lyrics for me. I don't remember. I
Next
don't
one
know
down.
that.
The next.
I saw, yeah, but I don't know the
Yeah.
show. So,
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Ethan.
Ethan, hey man,
come
it's
say.
been a while. How are you?
Come in.
Well,
We can only have 60
well, I
people.
was gonna say I got to
Oh,
cook dinner. so
I can go
I
out
made-
for a few hours. I mean, for a
few
half an
hours.
hour.
Yeah, I cook
That's
dinner.
so
I will come back in a little bit later. So
Yeah,
All right,
stay,
man.
Matt. Let
Have
John
fun.
go.
yeah,
Feel the love.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Feel that love.
It's always. I can always feel it.
You
It's
know
all,
we love
and it's
you.
all
It touches
it's
you.
all-
Yeah.
Don't they always
It touches
say-
you right.
because
Well,
you
they
know it's
always
always
say,
genuine. That's why.
Tripod.
If it was fake, it wouldn't feel as good.
Was your
They always
video,
say
I
family
mean,
hurt is the
I
ones
thought the
that
abuse was
give you the
bad in
hardest
grade
time, right?
school, high school, but no, it's.
hey, Tripod, your
another
video
level
that you
here.
did with vases from Clock Spring, were those vase modes? The first one you pulled off the printer looked kind of spongy.
No, base mode.
It's base mode.
Clock Spring ones are all base mode.
It was just the flex of the base.
What were your layers on it?
Well, no, you printed
0.1.
something in TPU.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
did
the one you're
too.
talking about?
No, all
You-
three of them were from Clock Spring. They're all identical.
Yeah, yeah.
What were
Those,
your
those
layers?
were. Yeah, those are all 0.1 layer height.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was all. They were all solid. I don't have.
So you've done it in vase mode. I mean, I use simplified 3D. Everything I print
will.
is 644. 6 top, 4 bottom, 4
I
perimeter.
gave them all away because
they,
I just don't.
They
It's
all
like
come out
this.
with. Yeah. Here's one. Got one here. Here's a.
I couldn't squeeze that if I had to. My
That's
truck
a Clock Spring vase mode one as well.
Yeah,
I mean, I
That's
still
a
Oh,
TARDIS,
the
isn't it?
TARDIS, yeah.
You know that one I
Yeah.
still have, and that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
it was the same
Those
slicing.
two up there are Clock Spring as
Yeah.
well.
It's just because it's not around. It has flex to it. It's harder
Yeah.
to squeeze this one because the clock that especially
the
at,
internal.
that was at 325%.
Yeah.
So the walls were caving in as I was trying to pull it off the bed.
Okay.
I mean, it was still very sturdy, but it
Yeah.
was. It's
Well,
not
I had
the
that
way-
problem with the gray one.
Well, if you
Up
want
there.
to do a vase mode but make it strong, use a larger nozzle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because
That way, then you get a single wall, but it's 0.8 or a
0.8
1
or
millimeter
1,
or
yeah.
whatever, and you get a much stronger wall because it's
This-
thicker
Yep.
walls.
This took like 30 hours to print, and that's because
Yep.
it's 10% infill. My layers are 6 top, 4 bottom, 4 perimeter. And like I
Yep.
say, all my models that I print are the same way. So none
Yeah,
of
but
them
if
are
you
thin
if you
enough
do
to
the
crush.
same model with a larger nozzle diameter, it'll print faster because your walls are. You can do the same layer
Yeah, I
height
understand.
with wider walls.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
actually,
I mean, this
I've
is
ordered
just
some. Go ahead.
one. Yeah, it's just one layer. I mean, it's just continuous.
But with the way he does these newer ones with the crenulations, they're quite strong still, which is quite good.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, this is a very strong
Yeah.
vase. I mean,
My
the
indoor
other one
extender-
is
But don't drop it because I found that if it drops, it tends to explode. I did that to one of them.
oh really?
My indoor
It just-
extender video. My indoor
It just
extender
shattered the
video.
layers. The impact shattered the layers.
Yeah.
So,
Oh wow.
Oh,
but-
go ahead,
but
Jerry.
the-
My indoor extender video, where the build volume is 500 millimeters tall,
Yeah.
like a year and a half ago, I done a giant vase on it, but it was vase mode, and I could take the whole thing and just crush it instantaneously. It's a completely worthless print, but for the sake of the video, it looks good. My wife
And
has
prints
it in the
fast. They
bedroom,
print
but
fast,
you can't use it for nothing, and
Yeah.
if it tips over, it probably crack.
It
Well,
would,
that's the kind of the idea behind it, Jerry. Right? Is you print that in vase mode and you put it somewhere and it looks nice on the shelf.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
you
meant to put on your porch and pot a plant in it. It
Yeah.
never had that intent to start with. It wasn't
Yeah.
meant to be. You can. I mean, you can print it differently, but
But you take
that
weeks-
wasn't the
it take-
idea
it take
behind it.
forever to print it. Yeah.
yeah. And it never was designed. I don't think they were ever designed with that intent.
they're not. No,
This-
no, but if you want to make a strong vase mode, then do it in PETG without the fan turned on. Then you get really
Very
strong layer adhesion.
I
Yeah.
could fill it full of dirt and it'd be strong then I could stick a plant up in there.
Yeah, I mean, it was when it was at 100%, it was pretty rigid. As
Yeah.
soon as I started going up to 175 and higher, it lost its rigidity. I
Nice,
mean, it
Matt.
was
Mhm.
Believe it or not, this is actually you can use as a lithophane, and I designed it.
Nice.
It's nice.
It's good.
I bet
it
Luby
does.
did it. And you're just taking
And
the credit.
do you just that's printed in vase mode as well, or
No,
it looks
that's
a little
not
thicker?
regular mode.
around
Regular
the-
mode.
Okay.
Regular mode.
Yeah, because in vase mode, you have no variation in thickness to change the density of the light.
I'm still working on the whole thing again because the file was damaged a little bit. I don't know how it was corrupted, but I couldn't load it up anymore anywhere else in any program what I had. So I have to redesign it or make a new one again.
I bet Kieran did that one.
Thank God I saved the settings for it.
Yeah, this is what Kieran does so he can keep printing. Because if he doesn't do something for his wife, she won't let him print anymore.
exactly. So
Oh,
I got to
wow.
keep doing them.
That's
But
nice.
the
That's
flowers
clock
are all
string as
Lego.
well, right? Yeah, that's clock
Yeah, the
string.
vase is clock string. That's
Yeah.
clock strings. Yep. But the vase that's still quite strong. You can still put stuff in it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't let my wife know about his,
Yeah. Well,
manufacturing.
that's the wife's giveaway. I've got a whole stack of clock spring vases and for giveaways. So just gives them away.
Yeah, my wife is a lunch supervisor and drives a bus. I said, just take them all with you to one of your jobs, and one of the mothers took it right away. Said, "Oh, I love them," and she just took them all. So I said,
Yeah,
"Okay."
they're great. Yeah.
You should, actually, you should sell them. People would buy them.
I'm not going to sell someone else's design.
Oh no, but
No,
no.
if you
It's a Patreon
ask
you
them,
can.
they normally allow you a handful.
Yeah, it's
If
still.
you ask the designer,
I think Clockwork have £32. If you pay a month, then you
If
or
you
30
print-
US dollars,
if you
then
print
you can
one or
sell
two
it.
of this-
You got a market option. Yeah.
If you print a couple of anything from anybody and at some point you decide to get rid of them and you want to sell them, most people do not care. Usually people say like 10 or less. check with the designer. A few designers are like, no, you got to give me $50 a month, or you can't ever sell anything, or I'm going to bash you on Twitter. There are people that do that, but sometimes if you print for yourself and at some point you want to sell it, contact the designer and say, hey, I printed this, I done this video, now I want to get rid of it. You care if I sell it? I'm not going to mass produce these. People usually don't care.
Yeah.
Like X3D does. X3D, your Patreon, you can sell them. Just put a not a disclaimer, a reference to say that's where they came from. But apart from that, you can sell do it like.
And I know somebody that lives here that's printed literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of models and knows this because I've talked to so many designers about it. Most people usually don't care.
Yeah, but you always should ask because
it's always best to ask.
If
that
they
way
say
they don't
no,
come back and say no, I didn't say it. You can if they PM you and say something, you can say that. Copy.
They pee on you?
Huh? PM me, not pee on me.
Golden shower, Jerry.
Now we know exactly where his mind is on. Right?
Not that again.
I thought that was Decibel that was going to pick that one up. Man, Decibel is...
I'll leave that for Liam. Liam can have the low-hanging fruit.
Well, no, Betty's not...
Liam needs the low-hanging fruit.
He's above me.
She didn't hear that one.
Keep those up there.
John. Hey, 3D print newbie, I'm glad you're at home.
You want to hold the glass up there and catch it there, Trifon? Which one's that?
These are from Harbor Freight.
They look printed.
Hey, check out my time lapse. That's fake.
But Bill,
right?
Between
all your failed prints and your fake time lapses, I don't think you print anything.
Yeah.
Actually, legally, they can actually, because they didn't release them to be open source. So it depends on the licensing that they do with it. So legally, they
He's
can.
got one. He's got a bin. He's got a bin that's like that. Yeah. Print and place.
But that depends too, Liam.
It does.
Because if you don't expressly have rights to something, even though you designed it and you didn't claim it and you didn't copyright it and you didn't do anything, or maybe you thought the GPL was going to cover you as far enough as you hoped it would, there's always, for as hard as somebody tries to protect their stuff, there's always people that work twice as hard to get around it.
But I'm just saying, but unless you're prepared to document how you're getting around it, then legally you're breaking the law because you stole the design.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
there's always good there's ways around it, but they're not easy.
Well, if you make a Batmobile exactly like something from 1967 or 68, the original Batman and Robin, or any other movie, it looks exactly like the original, you will get shut down and have to park it. You can't build it exactly. It's got to be so much of it has to be different. A certain percentage, depending on the country, has 30%. To be different.
Yeah, it's like
that's 30%. What it used to be is 30, but I'm not going to quote it because different countries might be different.
Yeah, but but generally in copyright it's 30%.
It's like if you make a Spider-Man, it has to look different.
I always wanted to build a Knight Rider. That was the one that I wanted to build. Yeah, I don't think that one.
And I don't think anybody's going to sue you.
It's a trash can, print and place trash can.
Yep. That's now Sandra wants that one. I got to do that one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I never should have showed them. I never should have showed them.
So the top swivels as well, and it's all print and place.
Well, no, he it's updated. That's not the most current one. So see how the bottom, if you go back one photo, so the bottom, go forward one photo. Your other forward.
One more.
Yeah, there we go. So that if you see, so the bottom, to print, so it prints upside down, and to make the bottom close in right, it actually takes up space inside the bin. So his updated version, the top is separate, and the bottom now the bin prints the other way, 180 degrees over. So you've got more space inside, and then the bin top fits on top more like a real one kind of would rather than being hinged. Yeah, and it's got more space inside.
I'll have to check that one out. Yeah, because that's a nice one.
Yeah, it's not easy to find because it's like, look, he has a post where it's like, look, I updated this box, and if you expanded the post, you see like 2 or 3 other things in there that have the updates to them.
Okay, yeah, so. He does that, but he does it all the time. He updates regularly, which is quite good.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I kill the share.
Yeah, he just always does. He doesn't always let you know. Yeah, it seems like he's gotten better recently. But he used to be like, really? There's a new one?
Let's have a look.
Oh, is that the stackable one, Jerry?
Yeah, digital taxidermy.
Digital taxidermy. Yep.
Yeah,
Carl
I'm with
Fenton,
some too.
Sent me a link, and I printed a wet palette, basically. Got a little tray in here to put your paints on. And if I had the proper sponge and stuff, I could put it in here to keep your paints wet. And then it all stacks together. There's a lot of different files. They only cost about $5.
200 plus files in that collection. It's a massive stack of options.
There's a lot of them on there.
Yeah.
So I printed out something that I could actually use, something maybe. So, and then when I posted this online, I forgot the lid. So he had messaged me on Facebook, and I got the lid for it, and it closes up. And well, it's real cool. I printed it in PLA Plus on my Ender 3 or my CR10. So my Ender 3s I don't print with. So it's pretty cool. More to do. When I get a bunch of them done, I told him I'll probably do a video on it for him to plug his brand.
So your live stream is tomorrow, Jerry. Why don't you plug that and let everyone know what you're doing?
Yeah, tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Pacific, everybody. I'm unboxing Focus, they call it. I thought it was Focus. It's called a Focus printer. It's a foldable printer, small build volume, direct drive, extruder, very cool. And they sent me 2 full rolls of filament. The printer right now, currently on Amazon USA, is like $349, but there's a box you can check. You get a $70 off coupon. And on Friday, or the 10th, whenever the 10th is, I think it's Friday, on Friday the 10th from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. in the U.S., limited supply, it's going to be $219.99.
Yep.
And my live stream tomorrow night will be at 5 o'clock. I'll be unboxing it, putting together, doing the first test print. Liam's going to be on stream with me. He can run chat and keep me happy. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'll keep you something. I'm not happy, but keep you something.
We're giving away 5 rolls
in the same room with you, Jerry.
Hey, now you missed, guys. 5 rolls of filament being given away.
5 rolls of filament. It's only going to be U.S. I told her, why not Canada and the UK? But she's a rep for the U.S., so it's only going to be for the U.S. 5 rolls of filament. So please stop by. I'd love to have you. Like, subscribe, share the video. I've been posting all over the place. But it's going to be a cool printer. It'll be a lot of fun.
That's the foldable one, Jerry?
Yeah.
It's
and
a
I'll bring
nice
out my
little
wife's little, if it doesn't have a little case, I'm going to bring out my wife's carry-on, her luggage, and I'll say, hey, when I get done, we're going to fold it up, put it in it, and, you know.
Yeah, it's not a bad little printer. They did a lot of things right inside that printer.
In theory, you could fold up any printer and take it with you, but it'd be a pain in the ass to take apart a CR10 or an Ender and take it with you on a trip. But this one, you can do it supposedly a lot quicker on the go. And a lot of people that are in this hobby and love it, they go on a trip, they got to print something. They got to make this, they got to do that. Show the relatives, show the grandkids, you know. So anyway.
Yeah. If you, I don't know, are you going to go into the electronics on it tomorrow or not?
I might open it up, look at the bottom of it, check.
Okay, because they use furls. They did it right with electronics. They did some good stuff, right?
Okay.
So they did good with most of the stuff on that printer. It's a nice little machine.
I have a kitchen island that has a butcher block top. I'll roll that in the room. I'll put it right back here, and then I make my chat as big as I can. I bring over my mic and everything on that desk so I can talk from over there and not do it right here in front of me. It's too tight right here. So
yeah, so that's 5 o'clock Pacific. That's 8 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night.
If it was today, it would have started 20 minutes ago. So wherever you're living at, whatever 20 minutes ago was in your time zone, that's what it would have started. But tomorrow.
Oh, by the way, guys, there's 20 of you in chat. I'm watching right now, and please like, subscribe, ding that bell.
Yeah,
for everybody who's in chat. If you haven't followed the channel before, I do a fair amount of unboxings. I get lasers and CNC machines and printers. We have other makers on here like Jerry and Tripod and so on, who's on here, John, and we actually do a lot.
Wait, what does John make?
Yeah, what the hell do I make?
John makes trouble. John makes trouble, and he does a good job of it too. So Jerry has a good channel, and John has a good channel, and so we do regular hangouts, and we talk about the projects we're working on, and we give each other a hard time.
I'm going to be. I'll be live on YouTube, my Facebook group, and my Facebook page tomorrow. Like I say, we're giving away 5 rolls of filament. Please come hang out, and Focus is going to be there also. They're going to be in chat also.
Oh, cool. Who's going to be on with you from Focus?
Also, I made a really cool thumbnail. What I thought was a cool thumbnail. So I shared it with Tripod, and Jason's seen it. Jason didn't comment on it, and I actually thought it looked good. And John's like, "No, dude, it's too busy." So he remade me one, and then second one he put my logo in it. So the thumbnail for that live stream tomorrow is compliments of Tripod's Garage. Thank you very much. I just don't get what I'm doing wrong. My wife even said, "Oh, I asked Focus. I sent it to Focus. I said, which one looks better, this one or this one?" They picked yours, and I don't understand what am I doing wrong. I don't quite get it. I think I've done a great job, but
so I'm no expert at doing this. Okay, so what I tried to do with mine, except for like with the live streams, I kept them with the same format. So I have actually like 4 videos because my backdrop, as soon as my garage is done differently, it'll be easier to do more pictures. But I tried to make my thumbnails look different. Like the Kaiwu one, it was like, okay, totally break away from anything and that's when I looked at your thumbnails first. I'm like, okay, let's try to make this one stand out compared to what you normally have. When I look at channels, except for people that have like millions of subscribers, because they don't care what their thumbnails look like, right?
I'll still get people coming in.
Yeah. They're just going to click on it no matter what.
Yeah.
It's when you want to get that, okay, this is their live stream ones, right? Because they look totally different. And this is a product. And so when Kaiwu actually saw the thumbnail, they were like, wow, they liked it. So it was like, okay, I just released the video. I didn't even ask them because it's my video, right?
Yeah.
But I'm trying to, when I make my thumbnails, I told someone the other day, I said, I hit a roadblock all the time when I create it. Sometimes I spend like 2 or 3 hours creating one YouTube thumbnail. And with yours, I'm like, how do I make it different, right? And so I took it was hard enough just to get their stock photos and copy them. So I took each one of I'm like, no, I don't need all 3. Just show one. So I did a transparent, cropped it, and then partly folded, outlined it, then took the other one, outlined it, and then I'm like, I first had like I did before I had your logo in the back, and I was like, oh, that looks too busy. So I'm there moving things around, and they say that red is not good to use because of colorblind.
It washes it out too.
Yeah, but with that one, it seemed like it popped a little bit more. So that's why I said, I'm not by no means an expert. If you tell me what to do on it, I'm here to always help.
Yeah.
And
my son looked at both. And he said, "Dad, I had no idea it was a folding printer, so I seen Tripod's thumbnail, and I didn't think about that. It is a folding printer, and I didn't have that picture of it folding. I went to Amazon, I pulled stock photos, and then I played with them."
Yeah, I mean, it's not that you're doing anything wrong, Jerry, at all. Yeah. It's something that's simple that catches the eye. And when I first got that Bazart app on my phone, I was like, you know what? Hey, I actually went back and did a few other ones, and mine have evolved over time. Actually,
I had that app for 1 month and I got rid of it, but I might have to re-get it again. What was it called? BAZART?
Yep.
But I don't like editing on my phone as a problem. I like having a big screen. I hate this.
But it's so simple. Even Lightspeed, he downloaded it and he was like, man, it's such a simple app.
Sergio, I don't understand your comment. There you go again, Jerry, with that something. I don't understand. What does he mean?
But I don't know either. But it's the app is easy to use. I mean, I'm not a fan of it either, of doing stuff like that on the phone, but it's so easy to use. The one that took me the longest was the CRC unboxing thumbnail. So, because I was like, okay, we all know there's a problem with it. So
well, your video for your driveway went viral, and if you ever get a really catchy thumbnail, now what I hate on YouTube, watch them all day long, is that people have clickbait. Almost every single thumbnail I see have nothing to do with the video, but you click on it to watch it or skip through it to see that part, it's not there.
It's never there. It's never there. Yeah.
Well, and that's there's a part of the stack where it says it's clickbait. So, and I'm like, oh, it's clickbait. I said, do you know what the difference is between a statement and a question? And I put that in there in the chat in the comments, right?
Chain, yeah.
Yeah, I said, if I said I was scammed, that could possibly be a clickbait. No, it's a question. Was I scammed? I'm asking people, was I scammed? I got upcharged twice, and the second upcharge, there was no difference than it was an hour ago. And then some of them are, Stack Here's, Mail Karen, You got a great deal. That's this stack right here. So yeah, there's a lot of planning going into the video, but it needs to be the conditions outside where there's no flipping
No
cicadas.
cicadas.
Oh my God, it was so bad on Monday, and the weather was so perfect to get it done.
Yeah, you want a cool day, overcast, and it'll knock them down. So you don't want a nice sunny day.
When you get done with all that
They're not
paper
breeding.
for whatever video you're making, fold them up, make paper airplanes, and at the beginning of your videos, just have your hand filming all these paper airplanes flying across the room, and then start talking about it.
It's gonna be the first time I use a green screen. I mean, it's gonna be a fun video to produce.
Green screens are fun.
Yeah, I got
Chroma
some.
key is fun to use.
I got some props and stuff, and it'll be a tribute to the trolls.
Yeah,
but with some
Chroma key
serious
is fun.
stuff because the driveway is effed up. So, and it's gonna be a litigation. So he bailed. So it'll be a part 3. But yeah,
So part 3 will be John live from the courtroom.
Yeah.
Judge Judy and John.
Yeah.
Judge Judy, yeah.
But I mean, the way that
John.
they want to repair it's very interesting. I never saw that being done before.
The infrared.
Yeah, it is really cool way to really do it a patch correctly in asphalt.
Yeah, so it'll reset the whole thing. Yeah, but it
Yeah,
must
well,
be a
it
big
remelts
pad.
it all.
But the problem is it's still going to leave a
Square.
border. Yeah, I'm like, I didn't pay for it to get patched driveway, buddy.
Maybe if you can get enough patches, it'll be a nice checkerboard pattern to be a feature.
Oh, I mean, the conversation that we had, like, he gave me permission to film, right? So it's like, well, here's like one of
Careful what you wish for.
yeah, you don't.
Yeah, then
Right
you put your full
before-
screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was like I pointed out in the
Doesn't move.
it doesn't move. It's still there, and right before
The
the,
cupping
you
goes
know,
down. Yeah.
yep, right before it, and then it's still there. It's still
And what was yours, concrete or was it blacktop?
black
Asphalt.
top.
Mm.
And then this is how it heaved. I have a whole video during the winter. Look how that's almost an inch up.
Yeah. Got
It's
under it.
moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
For
the
sure.
water, the moisture
wasn't-
expanded.
Where the
Yeah.
driveway
That's the
heaved,
spot.
and it wasn't from Vegemite.
Yeah. Now, Jerry, did you hear from the Vegemite?
Oh,
No.
but
Exactly.
this guy, look at that.
Nice.
Ooh.
Jaeger. He's I've seen him. He's at the car shows around here a lot.
That's how you run a car properly and breathe the fumes afterwards.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, but it'll be a fun video to produce, but we'll see.
Well, it'll be interesting to find out the final outcome.
I noticed you had some troubles with some prints or something, and I was going to make a comment referring to John. I said, no, I deleted, don't be stirring the pot. So I didn't make the comment, but
Well, go ahead.
no, he was showing some prints online or, in private chat. If something happened, you had problems. And I'm thinking, what, you got the John syndrome or what's going on?
Oh, it's the Prusa. It finished that little red base, and then I went to print a couple more trains just because I just had it going, print 2 trains because that's about all that fits, and it just went nuts. It just started printing high in one corner, low in the other. It would go around. So like let's say it's printing a skirt, right?
Skirt.
So don't get excited, John. And it comes across the front, it turns the corner, and it's too low, and then it
should get
goes
rid
to
of
the
the
back,
center.
and
I
it's
can
too
come pick it
low.
up tomorrow.
Then it goes to the left, and it's too high. And when it comes back around, the same spot where it was too low, now it's too high, and it drags it across to the other corner.
Huh.
And then that corner that was too high or too low before is too high, and then it goes to the other side, and it's too low where it was high before, and it's squishing it down way too far.
There's a
And
heat
then it
block
gets,
loose.
and by the time it gets to, I haven't messed with it. I went through like the calibration thing, and Tim's fooled around with his a lot. He's like, oh, try going through the calibration and stuff or whatever. But I mean, it hadn't moved. I didn't even change the filament. It just went. It printed. I printed like 4 trains, and then I had printed a couple things for my daughter. Put that red filament back on. Printed that little vase. Took the vase off. Went to print the same G code from the trains, and it just was. I don't know. So I haven't messed with it.
It's got to be something with the head or the rail. It's just loose.
I did find that the Y-axis motor had come loose, but it was just a little loose. It wasn't enough to make. I mean, because the bed's on rods, right? So if the belt, it just made the belt a little loose. It didn't make the bed go crazy.
For the bed to rise and fall, because is it the Z's moving up or is the bed moving? Yes,
I have no idea. I haven't messed with it.
For the bed to rise, a buddy of mine he had an issue where when the axis moved forward it was high, but when it moved back it was low. When the bed moved backwards it was low, and he found that the 2 rails on his printer were skewed, and it was actually lifting it up when it went into one position.
There's air under that flex sheet. That's what it is. There's air under it.
Probably.
Well, it's all the hot air in the room with Jason there.
It's that air gap under between that mag and the flex plate, right?
I need to fill it with Vegemite.
That's it. Vegemite cures everything.
Even life. It'll cure life.
It cures life. It ends it.
It'll end it right there.
If the rails are slightly
careful, or I'll get my big jar and get a big spoon
when
out
I
of
go into the colonoscopy, remember I said have a little Sharpie? I can just make a smear on my butt cheek and write an arrow. It's Vegemite.
That's disgusting.
Who is this guy? Get him out of here.
Or you could just not do that, Jerry.
Matt's so young, he's not worrying about things like colonoscopies and prostate surgery and things like that yet.
Maybe use that on your next thumbnail for your video, Jerry.
Yeah.
Use that smear image on your next video thumbnail.
Yeah. And YouTube will close the channel.
There you go.
But if the rail have moved at all and they're skewed, if they're wide on one end, what happens when the bed comes forward? It can cause the bed to lift.
Well, I haven't really messed with it, so I'll get to it. I just took the filament off and threw it on.
And by the way, all of that information about the turns, Dennis wants you to repeat it again. He got lost in turn number 3.
Oh, so can you find the rewind button, Dennis? That Jason remembers what he said. I don't.
Well, he has a Lulzbot. He has a Lulzbot Workhorse Pro, and he found that when the bed in certain positions the bed was actually too high and he wasn't getting proper prints, and it was because the rails were skewed a little bit.
Like I don't think these have a way to move underneath. I think it's
I don't have any Yakuza, so I don't know.
But no, it's not even that. It's like it's all part of. I have no idea. I don't know. I got to play with it later.
Yeah.
Hey, can I share a screen?
Sure.
My son redid his hobby room. I'll keep it muted because it's copyrighted music, so it's muted. But here's his hobby room. I helped him redo part of the floor and like a wood flooring, and he wanted to change everything. So here's a video we put up on Facebook.
Okay. I was supposed to cook dinner 30 minutes ago. I got to go.
Oh, you've been told.
You better go. You'll be in trouble.
You've been told.
Yeah, we're hungry. Get going.
I'll troll in the chat.
Well, watch this real quick, John, offline or something.
Nice setup.
He just built a new computer.
RGB makes everything better.
Go faster. Yep. It makes everything go faster. Yep.
Yes, up to 30%. I've read.
Now you're going to see the spawn in the corner above that monitor that I did for him at 275%. That's right there.
Oh, yep. Yeah, it's big. Yeah, shit.
He collects spawn statues.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize that.
Good thing you said something we wouldn't have noticed.
No.
See that, John?
That's funny.
And then his second is what was his main computer is now for his kids to use.
Mhm.
And then he has two reptiles there. They're like lizards. I forget what you call them.
John went off camera because he's getting slapped upside the head for not cooking the.
Yeah, that was it. Food. They were chewing on his leg. He got the hint.
There's a Spawn
He
mask
got the
that I
one he can't
printed him
afford
back
to
there.
lose.
And
Second one.
then you'll see a Spawn logo sign. I made that for him there in the
Yep.
middle.
Okay. Yep.
There's-
The red one. Yep.
There's a question there for you, Jerry. Does he have the Spawn Disney Infinity character?
He probably does. I don't know. I'll ask him.
That's from Marcus.
He's got tons and tons and tons of Spawn.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a Spawn character he doesn't have.
No,
Yeah,
it's not. No,
He's got a lot.
is that an addiction or a fixation or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, pretty cool.
Yes, cool setup.
Nice.
I think John went off because he's getting slapped upside the head.
He was told. Yes, I got to go cook his back.
See,
Whose
You
fault
won't-
is it? It's our fault. It's our fault. He's blaming us. He's blaming us.
that's,
Probably
That's
It's those
okay.
guys. It's not those guys that
Right.
caused the problem. It's
he
these
can
guys.
he can blame us and it's okay because she can't hit us upside the head. She can hit him.
Yeah. He's ordering food on his phone right now.
No, it
Yeah,
was
he
the
sleeps in the
older daughter,
doghouse.
so I'm safe a little bit, but I really need to get going now. So,
All right,
yeah.
John. Thanks
George,
for
all
that.
right, everyone,
George has
even
a
this
question there
guy.
in chat.
Yeah, even that guy.
Take care, Tripod. Later,
Take
bye.
care.
See you, John.
Ciao.
See ya. George has a question in chat there for the Cura people here. I don't use Cura.
I'm having some difficulty getting reliability support roof causing using Cura. How do you mean reliability support? The roof. Exactly what's happening? Are the supports failing? Is stuff sticking too much? If it's not sticking enough,
Reliable support roof.
Because you can.
I'm assuming
with
it's
the- you can
support
insert.
interface. Is what he's thinking of.
Because Cura, you can put in the
What are you printing?
a cube base as a dummy base to use as support to grow the supports off as well inside
Yeah.
a hollow cavity.
But if it's support interface, he's having a problem with it. Is not supporting the part properly. It could be he could have it too big of
Too
a
far
gap.
away.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can adjust that.
And if they're
Yeah.
bonding, it's too little a gap, and it's not the material's not having time
Not
to
breaking
cool
away.
before it rests on top of the material. You normally have support interface about 1 millimeter away, not a millimeter, one layer height or 1.5 layer heights away from
The actual model.
the actual model. Yeah, so it has time to cool before it sits on top of the supports.
Mm.
We'll take the blame. Yes, we will, Marcus. Yeah, I like. It depends on the material you're doing as well. You have to, like, if you're doing PETG, you need to have the interface layer bigger because it takes longer for it to cool. Because most time you're doing PETG with very little fan running anyway, and then with PLA, your fan's on high, so support interface can be
You
closer.
can't remove the
Can't remove the
supports. You
supports.
can't remove them, so that means it could be
Yeah,
too,
too
too
close.
close. Yeah.
Yeah, so your support interface is too close, and you need to put a larger gap in Cura to allow it to cool more before it sits on top of the supports.
In Simplified 3D, I have dense support layers set at 2. It builds in
Yeah,
like a
that
little
does.
ripple effect before it puts in the support, and you can pull them out easier and then just slice that little piece out. But yeah, I've had some PLAs before where I go to remove the supports. Good luck. You try to cut them out, and they're just like bonded to the model. So you got to be careful how you handle that with what slicer.
Yeah, I'm just bringing up Cura to see exactly where the
What the
setting is.
defaults are, because I only ever use the defaults. I've never had a problem with the defaults either on tree or the standard supports. So unless you
Yeah.
might have made a mistake, you might have accidentally changed the distance by accident.
Yeah, support. I normally
profile.
support line distance about 1.5, maybe. Well, I do a lot of PETG, so I actually do 2 layer heights at a 0.4 because if I'm doing a 0.2 layer height, I'll do it at 0.4 because you need. And in PLA, I'll do it at 1 layer height at about a 0.2 distance for the support input distance or support distance.
Even with PLA Plus, I've used the default settings for Cura, PLA Plus, PLA Pro, and I've never had a problem breaking off either the standard or tree supports.
Yeah.
Yeah, print speed matters. Depends what
Yeah. And the density of
slow
your
it down.
support roof as well will dictate as
Yep.
well how smooth the interface is, you know. Like if I'm doing PVA and PLA, I'll do my support interface at 100% because I want it as smooth because it dissolves, right? But if I'm using just PLA only, I don't want it. I want it about 20 or 30%. So
Yeah.
it's only sticking in spots rather than landing on rather than a solid surface.
You can always post, if you're on Facebook, George, you can always post a picture in multiple groups, ask a question. You're going to get a lot of wrong answers, but out of all them wrong answers, a couple people will know what they're talking about and try to lead you in the right direction.
Yeah.
So I would just ask in multiple locations.
If you
The
join a
first
couple
thing
of
they're going
groups,
to say is, "Did you level your bed?" That'll be the first comment you're going to probably get back. But
yeah. Well,
Just-
I tell you
just
what, if you join my group, my group, because half of these guys are in my group anyway, right? If you join my group, 3D Printing Addicts on Facebook, if you join the group and post your settings in there, and you want to show your support interface and your support roof settings and so on, and we'll be able to give you some advice about how to adjust it to get better, get a better interface so you actually comes off easier, so the parts come apart easier.
But just compare if you've made a custom profile in Cura, just go back to the generic standard PLA profile and just see if by accident you've changed one of the settings. You can always try the generic support profile settings as a test. Just
when
in
I
case
print with
you
PLA
mistake.
from GST 3D, I just use PLA settings. When I print normal PLA, I don't change anything with my PLA Plus.
Yeah, no, PLA Plus, PLA Pro is all the same. Yeah.
Print speed doesn't really matter about support interface and how well they bond together. The support bonding to the part is about the gap between the part and the supports and how long it takes for amount of time it takes for the cool before it rests on it. There has to be a little gap there because if they're right against each other, it's going to melt one filament on top of the other. With a bit of gap, it has a time to solidify a little bit before it sits on top of the support.
Doesn't quite bond and breaks
so
away
it comes
easy.
off. It doesn't bond as easy.
Yeah.
So it's not about print speed, but if your supports are not, like if your supports are failing, then all the time, then slow them down.
Can I share my screen again?
Of course you can.
Here.
I knew this was coming.
Oh.
Yeah. But
Well, yeah, he had to click on it to accept it. So
I don't care. It's all for a laugh, right?
I can't pull a fast one on somebody else's stream.
Really, I don't give a damn what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but
go on, Kieran.
Yeah, I say, for the default profiles, you can still tune your flow rate and temperature, but just check to compare the default PLA support settings against yours as a comparison, because you may have accidentally changed one of them and locked it in as your custom profile. That's it. And if all else fails, you can just put the default support settings into your custom profile, test it, and then change it back again, just in case.
Well, if you want to, as I said, if you join the group and post the settings in there, and show an image of what you're finding, we can help you tweak the settings. So 3D Printing Addicts, or 3D Printing Help Desk, one or the other. The Addicts is a busier group, so that's probably the better place to post it. Yeah, we all do, Stephen. A lot of, like we all tinker and tweak.
Tinker until they broke, and then buy a new one.
What does that?
Everything can be fixed. There's no reason to ever buy a printer if you like it. They say, "Oh, that's an older model, an original CR10." Just upgrade whatever goes bad on. There's nothing wrong with
it. What does Lama say? Fix it till it's properly broken.
Yeah,
that's very apt for thinkers, for people like us, because we always break something and then figure out new ways of fixing it, or jerry rig it in some way, right? It's part of what we do.
Yeah. A jerry rig my thermostat.
Yeah, it's a jerry rig.
Yeah, and I am German, partially. Yeah. I got a little bit of Maker, a little bit of a lot of people in me.
Which part of you is German?
The part they're going to remove in the colonoscopy next week.
So we have. I have a German. There's a German down here, and then this guy over here is German as well.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid. And
I'm a real German.
I don't know if I should say this. You go out on a date and you ask your date if she has any German in her, and she goes, "No." I say, "Well, you want some?" But we shouldn't say that. But anyway.
Oh, come on, guys. Keep it clean.
It's okay. There's no profanity being used.
Yeah, and
Oh, there's plenty of profanity.
if you don't think like I think, it went over your head.
DM, wait a second.
Time up.
Yeah, it's all gone quiet.
You said wait a second. I waited.
Yeah, I mean, I was fuming, you know.
Really? Okay.
You didn't see me? I'll do it again.
I thought you were at a rave. No, that's not what you were doing. You were dancing like you're at a rave.
Oh, all right.
Yes, Jerry.
You don't have to raise your hand. You can just talk.
No, he thinks he's Statue of Liberty.
Actually, this is a good thing for you. Just sitting still and quiet.
Oh, so next week they're actually changing the batteries for the light. That's what they're doing.
Oh, Jerry, you're getting a hard time tonight.
Yeah.
And
That's not vase mode though, is it, Matt? That's resin printed, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's not resin printed. No, it's
It's not-
FDM.
No.
But it's not vase
yeah,
mode, is it? Yeah.
No, it's a lithophane.
Type
Originally.
the group name.
This one.
Okay, it's 3D Printer Addict on Facebook. I can actually get you the link. Let me do that. It might be easier. Just give me a second. I have to go to Facebook and get you the link. I can paste. I have two groups that I manage, and you also have Jerry's group, which is
Yeah, make sure you don't post the other one you belong to, because that will get you banned.
No, actually, I only manage three groups, and it's the Alex one is probably the most popular. The Heltus one is okay, but the Alex has got the Heltus got the most members, I think. Yeah, the Heltus got most members.
But the My Fans page is still working, isn't it?
I don't have one of those. I'm still waiting you to show me how to set it up, Kieran.
Okay, I will do. No problem.
Who's there playing with his rubber ducky? There's a link to the Addict group on Facebook. You can go join that. So Jerry, is that what Betty thinks is what she hears when you talk to her every time?
Yeah, that's it. That's all Betty hears. That's all Betty
She's
hears.
not on here to give you a hard time. That's not...
No, must be
Where
away
is she? Where is she?
She's probably sleeping. I don't know.
No, so because we've given you such a hard time. We should have had the fun with this one.
Is that for your extractor for your resin, or are you going to put that on your laser, Jerry?
Extractor for the laser, if I ever get it running. If I can find the correct control board to buy, I've been going nuts looking all week long. So
the CNC board that you showed, that was the $34 or $35.
Yeah, but I'm still confused on the 2-plug to 3-plug is what's confusing me.
No, it's just positive and negative. That's all you wire up is a positive and negative. Like the
but no, the positive goes to the.
But the board has 3 connectors.
Yeah.
Ignore them.
But
so you take them out.
Just not going to use one.
You just use 2.
Yeah, just use the ground, and the positive goes to the PWM connection.
Did you watch my video on this, Jason, when I did it?
Yes.
Okay. And then I hooked up the old laser, and I said, well, it's got to be the board because the old one that worked fine doesn't fire. So I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because the little one worked fine, but I wanted something bigger and badder. So I got the Comgro. And it worked fine all day long doing different tests. And as I increased the voltage, it actually wasn't going up. The tests kept getting worse and worse until in the middle of a print, it just didn't work.
You were overdoing the board.
The X and Y were working fine.
The 5 watt pulled too much to the board,
Yeah,
it's overdriving the board.
They're sending me my money back on PayPal. I haven't got it yet. But instead of doing Amazon return, when I have a problem with the product, I contact the company directly on Amazon. I don't go through the return process unless I have to. Unless I have to do it that way. I usually contact them and I work it out behind the scenes so I don't have to screw with Amazon returning and mailing it back and all that. I just try to deal directly with them. So
yeah. But it's probably the power draw was too much. And that's why it wasn't increasing.
Laser is 12 or 24 volt, but a lot of people say it prefers 24 volt. I did buy a 12 volt adapter, 5 amp for this board. So if I buy this other board, I'm going to have to buy another adapter unless I have one laying around somewhere that's 24 volt
Why would you have to buy an adapter if the board already outputs 12 or 24 volts?
Why would I have to buy one?
Yeah.
If I have a 12 volt adapter and I want to run 24 volt through it, I need a 24 volt power brick.
Well, that would be a problem because you're drawing too much across the board. That's probably what burnt the board in the first place.
No, it wants this. Their laser wants 24 volts, but you can use 12 or 24.
Okay, but I'm saying if you do a step up, right, to go from 12 to 24, you're drawing too much current across the connection on the board, and that's just burning out the board. So that if your board can output 24, stick with the output of the board, because if you step it up, you're drawing too much, and that's why you're going to blow the MOSFET or whatever else it is on the board that you burnt out.
I bought a 0.5. The power brick is 12 volt, 5 amp. It'll work fine with this board and that laser, but from what I've read, the laser would prefer to have 24 volt. Okay. So if I buy another board for $40 that does 12 or 24, then I have to buy a new adapter that's 24 volt.
A new power brick, you mean?
A power brick, yeah.
Oh, power brick.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, if the board takes a 24 volt power, then use a 24 volt power.
Yes. So my 12 volt 5 amp won't work. I mean,
exactly. Yeah.
Or just take one of the power supplies out of one of your floor printers.
Well, I don't want to have all this extra stuff here. I'm not, I just want to.
He wants a mobile.
That's why I wanted this nice little board on it. Just run a couple of USB cord over to my printer and to keep it simple like an auteur. I don't want to get all this other crap there. So
yeah. Well, there is Oh, sorry. I was thinking that you were using a converter in the circuit to actually step it up to 24, and you're overdrawing.
Yeah, on this little board, George, I don't see anything burnt on it, but
the surface mount, you may not see them because they're so small with surface mount.
And
it's gone.
It lights up. It's got a little button here. When you press the button, then the PWM light comes on right next to PWM. There is no reset on the Arduino, which online there is, but there's no reset button.
Depends on the Arduino.
It's a nano, so there's none.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, some nanos have a reset.
And then on the back it says laser plus.
Yeah, the ones I have a reset.
It's VCC. That's what I was using. And then it's got another plug. That's a 2-pin VCC that I did have hooked up on the diode. And then it has another plug on here that's a 3-pin that says, oh God, we were talking about it earlier, PW something or?
It's PWM.
PWM.
Yeah, PWM/TTL, and then a negative and a positive. But on the laser for the PWM, it only has 2 terminals, where this board has 3. And then most all the boards I see online have 3.
The official Nano does, but there are some Nano knockoffs that don't.
So if you get a 24 volt board that can output 24 volts on the PWM, that's what you're looking for, because that then gives you the optimal output to your laser. And Jason is more into electronics than any of us, and he's been nodding his head there. So
here's what I was looking at online. This one here.
Oh, you know what? I know that brand. Don't buy it. Don't buy that brand. Don't buy anything from My Sweetie. Don't do it.
My Sweetie? Jeez,
that's the brand. Yeah, or the company or whatever. That everything they sell is junk.
Okay.
Or a scam. Or both.
Like right here it says laser not included PWM. It's got 3 pins there.
Yeah, and you'll only use 2 of them. You will use a positive and negative is all you'll connect to. So you'll make up a connector, and you'll move
2
the pins
outside
around.
pins. Jason, do you have time to look around on Amazon for me? Try to help me find a small laser board I could order that might be adequate, or anywhere. I don't want to order from AliExpress because I don't want to wait a month. But do you have time to help me find one?
Yeah, I mean, I can look. I don't necessarily know a whole lot about laser control boards, but
what just happened on my screen here? All right.
Yeah, but I'll look. I'll see.
I'm waiting on word from Creality. There's something I'd love to show all of you, and then I can't because they don't want me to talk about it, and I'm waiting for them to give me the blessing to start talking about it.
Is it a working CR10 Smart?
Well, thank God you're not.
Well, if that was the case, I would announce it. I would announce that from the height of the hills. And those boards, they're SMTs. You wouldn't be able to find the
I
MOSFET.
didn't even pick them up. No.
Yeah, they're SMTs. The MOSFET in that would be tiny.
Yeah, I don't have a microscope to look at it, but I didn't see anything on the board that I could see it was burnt or
It'd be hard
damaged.
pressed.
It'd be
Yeah,
hard to
yes.
find it. You need an oscilloscope to find it.
And the only thing that I did is I took an old laser that I knew that worked perfectly fine, and I plugged it in. I hit fire and light burned. Nothing happened. Said, okay, it's got to be the board.
What gave you that idea, Non-Fam?
Non-fam, what's going on, buddy? Where you been?
He's been in he's been there the entire time.
He's been in every stream since Moses was a baby.
Yeah,
He's everywhere.
He is everywhere. Every time you jump in, there's
Snowboarding,
non-fam
non-fam.
usually
I
is
think
first.
he's secretly a twin or something.
A
Or he's
twin.
a
He's got to be
robot.
quads or something.
There must be
There's
multiple
so
of him
many.
out there because he's
Yeah,
everywhere at the same time. Yeah, I know what the MOSFET looks like, but you need to be able to test that, and it could be anything in. It may not only be that MOSFET circuit; it could be anything along the circuitry feeding it as well that could have gone bad. So you need to have you need an oscilloscope to really identify it. You know.
It could even just have some overcurrent protection or overvoltage protection that popped,
Failed.
Yeah.
which is an easy repair. If you send it back and they can fix it, or if you know how to fix it, you could
Yeah.
if you can.
I explained what happened. I asked for a replacement, or do you have a better board that will work for my setup? Showed them pictures, and they said, "We'll just give you a refund." So, okay.
That
Cheaper
goes
than
to
shipping.
show that they're not bothered. That goes to say
Take
that
that as
they're
a
not
no, yeah.
bothered.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. But this is the one thing I want to show is something that I didn't do a live unboxing because I wasn't allowed. So they said I was told to test it and give feedback, and
Did
not
they
go live.
did they say you can show it, or what are you doing?
I'm not allowed to show it.
Oh, then
I
don't.
want to.
Don't.
So you can't show us the scanner?
Just wait till Christmas.
Look how quiet he is.
He's like a little kid with a Christmas present. He wants to tear open the corner and look at it. Which
I'm
I
one of
did
those
not-
kids.
Which I did not as a little kid. I'd find something that wasn't taped, and I'd have to peek and tape it shut.
Yeah, well, that depends on the way the software set up. But this was not the case. It just died in the middle. It stopped firing the laser in the middle of the print.
Yeah, it was. I done
While
a
it
quick
was
video on it. It was test firing fine. I'd done a bunch of burns, and all of a sudden, it just stopped in the middle of a print. And
Why did they bring it up? Because I'm like the little kid at Christmas, as Jerry said.
yeah, he just wants to talk about it, make everybody start asking questions.
Yeah, exactly. You have to learn how to
Get
start
that
the conversation,
stream count
you know?
up. Get that stream count up. That's it. Keep them hanging.
It's a secret.
Yeah, clickbait. It's
He
clickbait.
won't even tell
Purely
me offline
clickbait.
what it is. A secret's a secret. You can't tell anybody, and he won't. Nope. Most people don't talk about it. His wife don't even know what it is.
Well,
Talk
she
about
does.
what?
'Cause
What
She
are we
does.
talking about?
Is it one of those bell printers?
Liam's clickbait.
No, if I had a belt printer, I'd be advertising it because I'd be using it for
Toys for Tots constantly.
Yeah.
Definitely for tots.
Everything I'm doing right now is Toys for Tots. Everything I'm doing.
The problem
I
is
had a
you'd be
belt
printing a
printer-
lot less if you were on a belt printer.
If somebody would send
It's
me a
so
belt
slow.
printer to review, I will mount it on my
Yeah.
ceiling, and I'll get a ladder, and I'll get up there, and we'll start the print on the ceiling.
So he's going to start singing Lionel Richie's song, it's printing on
Dancing
the
on the
ceiling.
ceiling,
dancing
Yeah.
on the
And
I'll
get
print
copyright
rubber-
strike.
I'll print rubber duckies, and they can do this.
Yeah, just like Joel did with Pooch, and it fell off the wall.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, they hung on the wall. Yeah, he
Yeah.
lost
but one-
bit
the
of
wall
his.
hanger.
Yeah, they're sticking. He hadn't coated it. One was coated, one wasn't. That was so
Yeah, but
funny.
he used he had Pooch mounts them on the wall. He hangs them on the wall, and then they fall in the
With
box.
baskets underneath for to catch the parts, which is
That's a
which is
great
actually
idea.
really clever, really clever. Yeah, works
Yeah.
well.
What do they call it? A French.
It's a French cleat. It's a French
French
cleat.
cleat.
That's the word. French cleat.
What's that?
Well, I mean, if you can,
What's
you
that?
can turn any printer
What's that?
sideways or upside down. If your bed
Yeah,
adhesion's
yeah.
good, it's gonna print. People do it with their
Your
little
nail
Velcros all the
and,
time.
and commercial and construction adhesion won't fix. No,
What's that?
Exactly.
Just like nail gun through the bed. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so non-fam, I don't call mine the BRTU. I decided to name mine the drink droid or R2 beer 2. I think I might just stick with R2 beer 2. I prefer that. But yeah, mine's running great now. But Yes, no, I'd like to have a belt printer because that way then I could just put a 10K spool on it, hit go, and walk away.
Walk away, yeah.
And what I would do is I wouldn't put one part on it. I put a part here and then put a part like
Double
you
them.
have a part
Yeah.
here and a part here and a part here and a part. It's staggered them like this, and then so there's always, even though it's halfway through this one, it's actually starting the next one as well. So at least then there's always something falling off the bed every few minutes. Something new is coming off the bed. That's how I would stagger them. So I do different ones, you know, and stagger them across the bed, and that way then you're making new of everything all the time.
Well, Creality should just make you an IDEX belt printer.
Yeah,
an IDEX belt printer,
quadruple
that
one
would be nice.
with 4 heads.
With 4 heads.
Well, that's not an IDEX. There is a MyDex out
That's
there.
a MyDex.
That
Yeah.
is 4 head print heads. Yeah. Now a MyDex would be a really interesting idea.
Here's for tomorrow's live stream right there.
Nice. Let's make you big screen so everyone sees. Puppies!
There's the two
Ruff, ruff,
supervisors.
ruff, ruff,
Say
ruff,
hi.
ruff.
Oh, here.
With a treadmill and a rat rig.
Speak.
Ruff.
Speak. Good girl.
Good boy.
Girl. Good girl.
Oh, girl. Sorry, I didn't know.
I rub their tummies all the time. God,
One day you'll learn the
that'd
difference.
Be terrible.
Yeah.
I'd have a wet hand. Sorry.
Leave that
I
alone.
don't want to go there.
Let it go. Let it go, Karen. Let it go.
Let it go.
A belt printer, yeah. Well, you wouldn't do a spring steel. You do a steel belt on a printer. You can get steel made belts, thin steel.
Not the
belts
fiberglass
for a-
ones, yeah.
For a printer, you can do that. No, I'm going to leave you a big screen just to annoy you. That's a good look, Jerry.
It's his normal look. What?
It is, yeah. That's normal. Actually, do you know who he reminds me? Do that face again, Jerry. Do you know who it reminds me of? The penguins were printing for Toys for Tots. Do you have any there right by you?
Penguins?
No. No, I'd have to go get him from downstairs.
Or no,
Get
actually,
the front of
they
your daughter's bed.
God forbid he walks all the way downstairs while he's on live stream.
hey, they actually look.
Exactly. And you should forbid it too.
But Jason, they kind of look angry. Those penguins do. So they kind of remind me. Do you ever see the face that Mr. Bean makes when he raises his eyebrows up?
Yeah.
That's exactly what they look like. Is Mr.
Hey,
Bean?
Jason, have you thought about putting a slide on your stairs for your daughter and then have something down below where you to catch her and have her slide down the stairs?
No, because I don't feel like going to the emergency room.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you going to do?
Not
Park
this
an
way.
ambulance at the bottom?
No.
Yeah, Shane Nico did that. He had cardboard, or I don't remember what it was, set up and a lot of blankets and pillows at the bottom. And this kid
That was-
sliding down.
That was
Yeah,
me
but-
last week. The same time this time last week. Took the wife up and get his leg
Yeah.
sewn up.
No, if she
Yeah.
wants to slide, we'll take her to the slide. We'll put her in the park or, you know.
Dominic, there is a MyDex. Someone out there has designed a MyDex, which is an IDEX, a 4-head IDEX printer. So there is one or two, I believe, out there who have come up with MyDex designs. So it's not an IM.
I think they're like $2,000 or something. Or...
Oh, I don't know. They also have the option of doing a tool changer.
Because the space of it must be at least 400 millimeter.
Oh,
plus
it'd have to
400.
be a big bed. Yeah, it'd have to be
Yeah.
a big bed for that.
I mean, at least a minimum.
The other way you could do it is do a belt, and on the belt if we're doing all the same parts, basically stand two printers, two X and Z axes on the same belt, and print and have a long travel distance between each part. So both the front and back print at the same time, lifts up, the belt moves forward a whole bunch of areas, because instead of doing a 45-degree print area, which is slow on a belt printer, if you did it upright, you print faster, and you can do multiple parts, like 2 parts at the same time, like an IDEX, and it lifts up, the belt rolls forward, comes down, prints again, and that way then it'd be faster than the belt printers are today, because you'd print like a normal XY. The only difference is when you finish the print, the heads move up, and you roll the belt forward, and it comes down and prints again. That's all you'd have to do. So if that would be faster than the belt printer is right now, because like the CR30 is, everyone is saying it's really slow. I don't have one, but everybody's saying it's really slow.
Here's a link to my live stream tomorrow night if anybody is interested.
Yeah, throw it in the chat. Share it.
Yeah, the reminder's turned on.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be his sidekick, so I have to be there.
You don't have to.
If anybody has
it doesn't
$2,
really matter if Jason's there or not for Tim's live stream. It seems to have no impact at all on the stream.
Liam has his PayPal pinned at the top. Anybody has an extra couple dollars you want to throw at him? He's trying to print toys for Tots. He could use some donations. So if you want to help, hit him up on PayPal. Throw him a little money. It would help out greatly. And please like, subscribe, and share his channel. He needs to get over to the 1,000 sub hump. It needs to get over top of that. So
I need to get over 500 sub hump
getting
first.
close there, Liam. Getting close to 500 now.
Slowly getting there.
466.
Slowly.
Yeah, I shared it on Twitter and my Facebook page also. So every week I'll keep doing that, and I'll try to help you out all that I can. Every time I get on stream with anybody, if they're if they need help, I do my best to try to pump them up, help them.
Yeah.
And you get Sunday off, Jason, because Tim's not doing a build this weekend, is he?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No,
So
he's
what are you
not.
going to do with yourself? Hey, don't answer that question.
Toys for Tots?
Yeah.
Do you have
Just keep that running.
Do you have more? Did you get more filament in?
I got well, somebody gave me a couple rolls to use, so I've got, which is that red one that's going, and I have another silver from, it's like the Prusa
Or Prusa mint?
plain, not Prusa mint, they're Prusa basic or Prusa regular or whatever it is. So I realized that I had that. It came with that printer with the Prusa, and I didn't realize it. I just threw it in the box, and then I thought it had a roll of filament. So
that ICU stuff that I showed you last week that I got the samples that they gave me, their red is really nice.
Mhm.
That's a really beautiful red color.
It's nice. That's more crimson than red, yeah.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful color.
Yeah, it's good.
What's on the rat rig at the moment there, Jason? You're putting small models.
Two trains.
Two trains, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the wheels, yeah. That's why it's
That's
at the front
look how
there.
good these are
Oh,
coming out.
it's doing probably the smoke, probably the stack. I don't know.
These
Oh
come
no,
out
it's doing the little
The wheels,
designs
yeah.
on the front.
Yeah.
That's the little small movements in the front.
Okay.
lots of trains.
No, that's what you want, because everyone doing the small stuff,
Yeah,
they wouldn't have that. Get the big stuff knocked up.
Well,
That'd
I
be more
switched
appreciated big
over.
stuff,
Yeah, I switched over to doing the big stuff because everybody was doing the small stuff, and these take hours. Like it doesn't take hours for Jason because he prints at 140 millimeters a second, where I'm not printing as fast. That's a nice
what
red.
I was printing.
Yeah.
With that red, it's like a glitter red. I know I don't have good lighting or whatever, but
No, that's a nice color though. It's a nice deep
little train.
blood red.
Yeah.
Actually, the tolerances on the train are really good.
The problem I have is when it starts to print the clips for the wheels. If I'm printing too fast, then
they're only very thin, aren't they? The base of those clips.
It only puts down like little dots.
At first,
So, at first. So once it starts printing, you've only got one dot holding that piece on.
Yeah, so what I do is I slow the first layer. I bring it down to a crawl and just let it do the first layer only. Like I normally print at about 50 or 60 millimeters a minute. Okay, is what I normally do. I bring it down to 50% on the dial. I manually do it, bring it all the way down. Even though I set it in the slicer, I bring it down even slower again, and I make sure the first layer is on and it looks really good. So it has all of those little legs coming out for the axles. And when that looks good and it's sticking, then I'll bring it up to 70% for the second layer, and then after on the third layer, then I'll bring it to 100% and let it run.
Well, so what had been happening was it would start printing fine, and it would get up probably about half the thickness of those wheel clips, and one would pop up. Yeah.
I haven't had that happen.
It would finish the print because of the way that the travel is. It doesn't get caught because it comes from the inside of the model out, so it's not coming against the lifted part, it's pushing it down. So there's, I don't know, 2 or 3 of them that have like one wonky, like the wheel's not loose or anything. I can't even pull it off, but you know, I wasn't going to throw it away. I'll let the kids throw it
Well,
away
I
if they don't
watch
want
my
it.
prints because every now and again you'll get one of those that might lift.
Take
But
care,
what I
Chris.
do is I have
Yes,
like,
Chris.
What's up, Chewy?
hey, Jude, yeah, I saw he was there a while ago. So I use a little spatula like this,
Mm-hmm.
and I get some of the glue.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if something lifts a little bit, I get some of the. Now it doesn't happen often, but when it does, get the glue, smear it underneath, and push it down, and hold it there for a couple of seconds, and then until the glue starts to set,
Mm-hmm.
and then let it run because and that holds it in place.
Yeah. Well,
If that ever
what I've
happens, they are
found,
very narrow at first.
I put down some magic goo, and
Take care, Chris.
it still had one pop up. Put down nano, that still popped up.
Yeah,
Put down
I've tried
nano with
while
magic
it's
goo.
printing, but it's on a catch up to the
It's
printer.
just, I
Brought
think
out
it's
the
just,
hot glue gun and the.
I mean, I
everything
think it's
else.
just the speed that it's running across those tabs with only one dot at the bottom. If you flip that model over after you've sliced it, there's only one dot holding that entire thing to the bed. It's really, really bad.
How are you? What order are you printing the walls? Inner walls first or outer walls first?
Inner walls first.
Because I do that, and I've only seen that
dropping it
happen on one
Now,
time.
if I
Half,
slow it down, it prints fine. So that's what I've been doing, is just slicing it, letting it run till it gets,
One or
past.
2 layers.
No, it's got to go past that because it doesn't pop until it gets past halfway.
Do you have a draft coming into
If
the
the
room? or
bottom
something?
the bottom's not
No.
flat, you need to drop it through the bed and reslice
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
or
They say
not?
drop it through the bed, one layer through the bed,
Well,
just to get that
That's
first layer.
that's
better.
the other thing. Yeah, that was the other thing that I was going to do, was just take another layer off of the bottom.
Drop
I
it
just
by
wasn't
0.2.
sure
model. Yeah.
how
I was
well.
printing
you
a Guyver last night in Rainbow. When I sliced it, I noticed that the feet were off the bed just barely, and I put a wrap on. I was like, "Well, that's not going to work. Why does the wrap
Mhm.
look like that? It's not complete." So I dropped it through the bed, and then I put a raft around it. But then I got up during the night to check it, and one of the legs broke off at the waist. So I just aborted the print. Now I'm printing a ghost. I gave up on it because it was supportless. It's something.
Like, I got to figure out how to do. Does Prusa Slicer let you drop it below the bed like Kira?
S3D
Minus.
does. I don't know.
You can put a minus in the Z axis to push
Yeah.
as well. Can't you?
That's all you do. So
And
the
it'll
Z-axis to a negative
Okay, so
number.
you can't just. So don't just
Well,
drop it below.
you have to go into this.
In the
I know
box.
a Prusa, but if there's a setting in Cura's like this, you have to turn off the option to lay it on the bed. Turn that option off in the settings, and then go in and select it and drop it down. So I don't know about
Right.
Prusa,
I don't
but-
use Cura
And
though.
in Cura, you just to put a minus 0.2 offset on the Z axis in
Yeah.
your boundaries, and just
Well, there's a
Cura,
down
I
and
would always
down.
just lower
S3D.
it. Drop
Yeah.
it down
Yeah.
manually, and it would
There's a down
stay.
arrow.
Yeah,
On F3,
yeah.
a down
But,
arrow. I turn the bed and look at it, and I go click, click, click to where I want it. Then when I slice it, it cuts
I'm
it
gonna
off
play
right
with
there.
it here for a second. Let me see if I can get
Yeah,
it to work.
Bruce has got the coordinates, shows the XYZ coordinates. You can still put an offset on the Z0.
a negative
Yeah, I never
offset.
tried.
Yeah.
I didn't try putting a negative number in the coordinates on the bottom.
Yeah, that should do it.
Let me see.
Yeah. Well, like I've done that. Like if you have a print that and it went up so high and it failed for whatever reason, like you got a clog, then you
Mhm.
just measure the height with the calipers, and then Z minus the part and print the top of it and put them on like you do a first test print. Jerry's doing free sound effects.
So
right?
like,
That's it.
So in what box would you say to put it in the coordinates?
In the Z, put a negative to.
So it has a position of 40.25.
Show it.
Z should be
Share your
0
screen.
on the start of the model. Should be
Ro-
0.
Rotate. I wonder if it's
Show
just
through. It's
the way
through
that-
button, option,
hold on.
so you can reposition it on the bed.
Hold on.
I don't use Prusa Slicer. I use others,
Right.
Yeah, do I.
but we can figure it out. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the right.
Whereas Llama, when you need him, he uses Prusa Slicer.
I know.
That an idea maker.
You know what? I can probably slice it in Idea Maker. I know how to do it over there. I
Yeah.
just don't have the profile set up
Repost
as well as this one.
repost the drop-in link in case somebody wants to drop in, Lynn.
Yep. That's the Facebook group. 1 second. I was pasting in the wrong one.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, if you're negative just one layer, that will get rid of those dots.
Yeah.
So if you want to jump in and join the conversation, the link is there.
Share screen.
I can add one more right now. I only have 6 in there at a time.
If we
Okay,
have more
there
than one
I have
want to drop in,
the
I can always pop out.
I have Prusa slicer up there. Okay, so there. So down here,
Yeah, where's your Z position?
well, bottom right corner.
Yeah, okay, no, so it's at 0. Oh, that's rotation.
That's rotate.
Scale factor, size, and position. It's got Z at 40 point. That's the maximum height, isn't it? That's the height.
Yeah.
No,
of
the
Z,
size at the bottom is the height. 80.
No, okay, no. The one above that position with the coordinates. See the one on the left hand side menu, the very top one, which is the 4 coordinates, up, down, left, right. Click on that icon.
Hey, Matt German used
what?
Cure all the time. He wants to drop that model through the bed. How does he do it real quick?
This is not Cure.
Oh,
this
you
is
mean
the
this
Maker.
one? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah, exactly. And now drag it
no,
down.
move your Z down. No.
Okay,
Downward,
so
yeah.
so if I bring it down, it keeps popping back up.
So there must be an option in the settings to not allow it to not place it on the bed.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to hunt around because I've
it's
never seen it.
The settings are there should be settings to drop on the bed.
Where it'll be under your plate settings, your default settings for the plate.
Well, that's in here.
That's the easiest way I use in Simplified 3D to slice the model. If you have a failure on a certain part of a model, just drop it through the bed and cut it. If not, I'll go to NetFab and cut it.
Yeah, but
That's
not
for the
that.
extruder.
On the very top, you've got print settings, filament settings, printer settings. What's the left-hand side one? The very left. I can't read it. There, that one.
It says
Where you
platter.
Platter,
That's
yeah.
just- It just takes you back to the
To the
platter.
view. Yeah.
I don't.
I can cut it. I can. Tim might know. He knows a lot of these.
Yeah, I'm not. I
Tricks
don't
and
use
things.
proof.
I don't use pressure either, so.
Yeah.
But
What
Cure,
you
you
can
can cut it
do is-
off and just mark it down.
Yeah. So most slicers have the option to when you put a part over there to drop it on
Just
the
to
bed,
find out where it is. Yeah.
and you need to turn that functionality off. So when you drop it by Z, it doesn't bring it back up again, and you can drop it by a negative 0.2.
0.2.
Yeah. No, and I know how to do it in other slicers. I just don't have a profile made. So here, watch. That
I know,
is what's holding it to the bed.
Yeah.
Those dots. That's it.
And the
then
line. The
then
thin
these
line,
layers. Then the orange layers is layer 2, layer 3. So it just doesn't. Yeah. It's
So
if I could
dropping
take
it one
down,
layer would fix that. Yeah, one layer. 'Cause
Yeah.
It doesn't affect the model and it doesn't affect the wheels. So dropping it
No,
one
not
layer
at
is all
all.
you need. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go
I
back
just
into your
gotta try to-
settings again. Go to configuration. What's in there?
That's setting up a new printer
Okay.
or
Go to printer
and
settings.
the interface. Print or printer settings.
Printer.
Okay.
No, it'll be under the print settings, not printer.
I'm just looking to see. It depends on the slicer. It might be somewhere else,
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a Z offset. Should I wonder
Try.
if-
No, that's for your print when you're printing, when you're slicing.
No.
That's so you can tell the Z offset from the nozzle if you're doing an ABL or whatever.
it will be added or subtracted from the Z coordinates in the output G code if to compensate the bad Z and stuff.
That's moving your print head. That's
Oh
not
yeah,
moving
that's just
the
moving
part.
the print head. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
Be in
know.
there
the
somewhere.
slicer.
Yeah.
If you just Google it, you'll find out how to turn off so it doesn't drop it on the bed. And so you can do as negative Z is all you need to do. Or do a different slicer.
Well, so here's the other thing, right? So what if this is 40.25? What if I made it 39.25? What would happen?
That's the physical height.
It won't let me.
Yeah.
No, the physical height's down here.
Because it's set to auto to drop on the bed. There must be a setting somewhere to turn that off.
So what is that? That's this. So what if I made this? No.
You're changing physical size there.
Yeah. Same with it. Well, let's take this off. So if we made this.
No, you don't.
That just squishes it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you just want the in the coordinates there. What's in there? World coordinates. What else is the options are there?
Local coordinates. It just won't let me change this position.
Just try. Yes, that's Z should always be Z on the start normally, because if you look at Cura, it always starts at Z at 0 for your model. If I go into Cura,
Z is a base.
This
and
is
upwards.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Under move, it's always under the move option where it's Z is XYZ is always Z. Sorry, XYZ is always 0 for your starting position for move. So what's under your move options again?
Um.
So in move, yeah. So you move
Here, yeah. So this is.
But if you type your position for your Z
in here.
40. Yeah, just see what if you make that 40.
It won't. I can make it 5, and it just as soon as I hit
Matt,
enter, it automatically goes back to 40.25.
Where does it say ZED anywhere on 3D printing? It always has the letter Z. Where does it say Z at? ZED.
ZED.
That's how you pronounce the letter Z. Z.
Yeah, Z.
In a Roman alphabet or something?
Yes, in the Roman alphabet.
Okay, I always called it Z.
But you say it with a Greek accent.
Then that'd be the Greek alphabet, not the Roman. You have to say it with an Italian accent if it's the Roman alphabet. I don't know where it is, and I wouldn't be the Z offset because that's moving your nozzle closer. I wouldn't do that.
I'm just curious to see. Yeah.
Here, hey Matt.
Does anybody in chat know exactly what he's doing?
I'll figure it out later.
I bet you Matt knows.
Or I'll just either that,
Matt,
or I'll just take it into.
I don't know nothing. What are you talking about?
Do you know Prusa Slicer?
It's been a while since I've used it, but what are you guys trying to do?
There's a question is he wants to move the part down negative under the bed by 1 layer, but every time he tries, it automatically places on the bed. Now in Curad, there's a simple option in the settings you turn off.
And that's 3D.
Where is that in Prusa Slicer?
Well, that's a good question. I know I had issues with that before because I was trying to do a model underneath the bed like he's doing. And I never found that option. I'm sure it's hidden somewhere in the plate option, I would guess. So, the plate tab.
Yeah.
And normally you just turn off a tick box saying
Look
don't
dark
place
wherever you're at. It's not dark here yet.
Yeah. So I'm in Illinois. So.
Wow.
Yeah, it's dark here right now.
That's crazy. The sun's still up in Vegas, but it's dark there.
Oh, okay. So what it says
you're 2 hours behind me, so it's 6:30.
That proves the Earth is round and not flat.
Okay, so in the forum, what it says to do is to use the split option and keep the top.
There.
Yeah. So
there's easier way to do it with your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, Jerry, we know the Earth is not flat because if it was, cats would have knocked everything off the surface.
Okay, so we'll do that. Keep the upper part.
Yes, up is what you want to keep. Yeah.
There we go. That did it.
So you got to chop the model. You got to chop the model off.
Did you see my dispenser for duckies? Watch.
That's better.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's what Jerry's getting added surgically next week.
Yeah.
That's for Jerry. That's for on-off switch for Jerry. Yeah. Open and close. Oh, Matt's frozen.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but your vid is frozen.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm looking online really quick here. That's why I'm off of video.
He found it.
He's found it.
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah, split the model. Split the model.
Sliced. Yeah, split. So, I split the model down low and just kept the top, and that just dropped it down. So.
And there you go. Now you've got
instead of those 2 dots, I've got a little bit more to bite with.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. So I'll play with that after this one's done. This one should be done probably right after this. Now what did I do? Oh, stop. There we go.
Yeah.
Stop.
So what's going on with you, Matt?
Nothing much. I'm on break right now, so
He's got a real job.
Well,
yes. I am.
not if you've been following him on Facebook. He doesn't, because he I've seen your comments about your work.
Yep.
Yeah. He's.
It has its good days and bad days. I'm just tired of working, doing a normal job. I'd rather be doing something for myself, but it's not in the cards.
Every day is
Pays the bills.
Saturday for me, but let me tell you, it gets old and the days fly by really quick. So enjoy that you check your watch all day long waiting to go home, because when you're retired, it goes boom.
Oh yeah.
Tomorrow will be here real quick.
Even your dream job has the word job in it. So
Exactly.
not everything is great.
But it's just the fact
if it was
that I
fun,
wanna
they wouldn't
be-
call it work, right? So
Yeah, I'd
Gotta
rather
pay that
be
mortgage
doing
somehow, Jason.
what I like to do.
Got to pay the mortgage somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got an Anycubic Viper now, Matt. I got a
nice.
return that was headed back to Anycubic, and the man lived here in Vegas, and Anycubic contacted me. I went and picked it up. I have to repair it, but I have one right behind me.
Nice. That was
They
a
won't do that
great
for-
machine.
They won't do that for me.
Repair it.
No, Anycubic, yeah.
Liam, you have so much stuff that has been sent to you. You're very lucky. It only has.
I've been very lucky. I will admit that. I've been super lucky.
People.
All I get is an envelope of stickers.
Yeah.
After about 4 weeks, all I get is stickers.
Melted stickers.
When do we have? Okay, I have a NASA sticker, and it's wonderful, and I love it. But when do I get an Astro printer sticker?
I have never made them.
You ever thought about it?
I thought about it.
But then after a while, the thought goes away, so it's okay.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Old age kicks in and the goes. I thought about it.
Don't you get like 1,000 of them for $5 or something? Isn't
I don't know.
Oh, I can give you a. Let me see. I'll give you a sticker or two right here.
Yeah, Jerry knows somebody who can get them made for you. Yeah.
Yeah, so do I.
It's the shipping that gets you. It's $5 for the stickers. It's $500 to ship
For
it.
the shipping, yeah. Especially from those overseas countries like Canada, yeah. Very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
Jerry,
Those
forget
remote
import
locations.
fees. Don't forget import
These
fees.
here are from Akuma Mod, right here from Earth.
nice. Yeah, his link is coming in and out, Jerry.
And look,
He's on
Jason,
one
he's got a
moment.
NASA
Yeah,
sticker on his
he's
printer. Jerry's
It's
got a NASA
supposed-
sticker on his printer.
It's supposed to be on his laser.
Laser.
It is
Exactly.
on my laser.
You're having no luck, Matt, with your feed.
Is that what they look like?
it's me. I had for some reason I had a feed open in the background, so I was hearing like you, and then you, and then you, and I was like, okay,
And
this
one of
is
me is
getting
enough.
crazy.
I know.
YouTube open. Yeah.
Yeah, one of me is enough. You don't need to hear me twice or three times.
Yeah, one of you is more than enough, Liam.
More than enough. Yeah, that's great. That's my wife. She'd fully agree with you.
Yeah. Something Matt's got to look forward to, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Mac pops up like a lemming. Yeah.
Really good.
Yep. Meerkat, the Meerkat
And he's
Mac.
gone again.
Yeah.
Oh, he's having no luck.
That's all right.
Thank you for popping in, Matt. It's great seeing you.
He might try and pop in again, yeah. He tries to join the streams when he can.
He goes live late night constantly. You can find him over on Facebook. Sometimes he's on Facebook and YouTube, but he's constantly going live. People want to 3D Printing Noobs is his group that he has.
Yeah, I'm a member of that. I have been for a long time. I think I'm a member under my name, not my
Title.
Not your other name, not the name we.
What was your
So
name?
under your name, not the name we call you.
Yeah, the name you call me is not fit for work.
Let's try this again.
Yeah. So
There we
what about your group, 3D Printing Noobs? And I'm saying I've been a member for a long time, but I think I'm a member under my name, not under the Astro Printer name.
Your title. Name, not your title.
They were saying under the name that they call me, well, the name you call me cannot be repeated in
Doesn't
company.
say Decibel on his driver's license. He really has another name.
Who?
Decibel. He's not really Decibel. He's somebody else. Some people.
Yeah, he
here
has
aren't
another
who they
name,
seem to be.
and his wife calls it to him, and it's something again you can't repeat in company.
But then I wouldn't hear it because after 35 years of marriage, I have selective deafness, so I don't hear it. It just vanishes. You know.
The only thing that people have ever called me, and I don't like it, is they say Gerald. I do not like the name Gerald. I'm not Gerald. I'm Jerry. I've had people call me Jer my whole life, J-E-R. Usually most people call me Jer, but I'm not a Gerald.
Right.
I
Okay,
don't like Gerald.
we won't call you Gerald, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Jerry.
Yeah.
Freudian slip. No.
Just don't call him late for supper, right?
Yeah. Do I look like I ever
His
missed supper?
tripod was very late, so that's why I had to leave.
Yeah, did you hear what he said? Jason, did you hear what his response was?
Mm-mm.
Does it ever look like I'm late for supper?
Yeah. Yeah, when I had my surgery a few years ago, I got way down to 215 pounds. Like, wow, this is my working weight from 5 years ago. And now I'm way back heavy again.
Getting closer to having a date? Well, I thought you were engaged. You've been dating for a long time.
Yeah.
Date night, going out, date night.
Yeah, it's
No,
it's the date when the hammer falls.
They're talking about the date where another good man is gone.
Yeah, another one bites the dust.
The
Yeah.
funeral.
Yeah, don't worry. Like you know the 3 rings of marriage, right, Matt?
Yeah.
No, Matt needs to know the 3 rings of marriage.
Three
You know
rings
what
of
they
marriage,
are, right?
Engagement
the
ring,
engagement ring and the wedding ring.
wedding
and
ring.
The one they don't tell you about is the suffering.
Suffering.
He
Yeah.
always tells you about that one. Yeah. In all fairness, marriage is not that bad. It's worse.
If you meet the right person, it can be wonderful.
Yeah.
Sorry?
If you meet the right person, I guess it could be wonderful. I've never. Well, anyway, never mind.
Oh, we're not going to go there. You're going to get in trouble, Jerry.
How about what does wife stand for?
Go on.
Washing, ironing, effing, etc.
Oh, that's so sexist, guys. Come on.
It is.
It's a joke. Come on, get over it.
Every day.
It's like you know why wedding dresses are white, don't you?
Yes.
Because they match the appliances in the kitchen. Your white fridge.
And
your
and you know why you make sure your wife has small feet?
so they can fit underneath, right, closer to the sink. Is that what it is?
All right.
You notice I'm letting Jason say the punchlines. So
now
Jason's
I'm
going to get the snake.
I'm in trouble.
My channel's going to get closed now. As of tonight, it's going to get closed by YouTube.
Right. Follow us on the channel formerly known as.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing something right or something wrong because I'm still my first wife after 35 years. So.
There you go.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, it could be either way.
Yep. But woman, you can't live with them and you can't bear them in the backyard. I found out.
So you didn't get married. So you didn't get married till you were in your 40s.
I don't understand why women have to pay so much money, or the husband does, or whoever, for a wedding dress that you're only going to wear one time and it's going to go in the closet forever. Just rent one. Save money. It's stupid to pay so much money, $400, $500, $600, whatever, however much money. You're going to wear it once, and then it's over. Just rent it.
Yep.
Well, there are a lot of different things what you can do with it. Like with a whale, you can do like a net for fishing, and if you're into fishing, and
you do that, and you would be buried in the backyard.
I'd like you to suggest to Loopy that you want your veil to be used afterwards as a fishing net. That's the sort of net you want.
My son got married in my backyard. I've got a big side yard with a gazebo, and I have a big giant concrete pad that you can put 2 big RVs on. So he rented a big tent. They set it up. He had a band come out. One-man band set up.
Exactly, Dennis.
And he bought fake turf and put fake turf down on all the grass. So when you came in the back gate, it looked really nice. And he bought me a cheap suit off Amazon that I wore. That's in the closet that I'll never, ever wear again as long as I live, or wear the shoes. I don't dress like that. I dress ghetto. I wear T-shirts, shorts, tennis shoes. That's how I like to dress. Blue jeans.
Are you saying I'm ghetto?
Well, I'm just saying.
That's exactly what he said.
Just winding Matt up there. You choose what you want to wear, and don't listen to Matt. So,
Jerry, I like you calling me ghetto. That hurts. It's true, but it kind of hurts.
Come on, please, no fighting here.
No, we're not fighting.
Well,
We'll leave that for after for Matt. Yeah, Matt will take care of that afterwards.
Liam is one of my best friends that I know online.
Well, thank you. I think I can say the same about you.
Jerry
as well.
needs to get out
We
more.
hang
That's
out
all
all
I
the
can
time
say.
online.
Jerry needs to get out a lot more.
I don't usually go anywhere. I don't get out much at all.
But Jerry and I hang out all the time online. We join each other's streams all the time and so on. And like we're getting like that now as well with Tim. We join all of Tim's stuff as well.
Even when I've lived here for 21 years in this house, and for many years, the guy that lives diagonally across the street would always come over and would hang out in the garage, driveway, in the house, whatever. Well, he moved to the Philippines, and then he wound up in Guam, where he still lives. And I don't ever talk to him, so I don't have any buddies that hang out with me no more or ever come over. Zero, ever. So when I meet people online and we chat a lot, or I PM them asking questions, I seriously need help. I don't mean to be bugging them, but I don't have nobody else to ask.
Well, I find Americans
It's hard to make friends.
Well, I don't go anywhere to make friends. I have online friends. That's my friend.
I thought you wanted us to fill in the pause there.
Well, I find Americans.
The online friends you can block.
Well, no, I find Americans don't like to get to know their neighbors very well. It's rare you find a neighbor that you really get along with. Now, and I'm the opposite because I know all of my neighbors.
But they don't want to know him. That's the trouble.
They don't want to know me. But everybody knows. Like within the first 6 months, I knew everybody on my street. They all say hi to me. They all greet me.
I know all my neighbors.
But in the States, it's not uncommon to not know the person living across the street from you or next door.
Yeah, because you don't know if he's carrying a gun or not.
Contact with a new person.
Yeah.
Hi, how you doing? And then they either say hi back or they ignore me.
Yeah,
but
like
knowing your neighbors is
quite
quite handy for all sorts of things. So
like where I grew up, all of our friends and we knew everybody in our street. You could walk up to someone's house, knock at the door, and they'd be there to help you without question, right?
Except
that is not the case in the States. Now, in what I've seen here in the US, I have gotten to know neighbors around me that I can walk over and say hi to them, and we chat, and I'd help them out when they're doing something, and they'd offer to help me. And like when we get snow, we get out with our snowblowers, like because me and the guy across the street have snowblowers. We'll go up and down doing other people's houses just because we know like they're older or whatever. That we clear the snow, we clear their driveways or the sidewalks. We'll spend 2 hours out there in the morning just clearing snow for people, right? Because we know not everybody has the machinery to do it, and it's a lot of physical labor, right? So we just do it for some of our neighbors. But there's other people like I know that live on the same street as me. They don't know people here, and they've been living in the same street as them for the last 10 or 12 years, and they barely know them.
Sad in some
ways. I find weird.
That's why I do charity work, for mental health.
Yeah, but I just find it weird because, like, where I grew up, everybody knew everybody, and like we spent we were left like it's different again over there in Ireland because like in Ireland. You'd let the kids out during the summer when they're on vacation. They go out at 10 o'clock in the morning and like hang out with their friends. You're not worried. The only answer is
they come back, unfortunately,
for supper because you'll eat at somebody else's house, and that we know it's going to happen. That doesn't happen here either. So the way things are, like it might happen in small towns here in the States, but in larger towns and cities and so on, that doesn't exist. And that's
trust many people.
I remember when I was a little kid, we went to Missouri. I was like in fifth, sixth grade, and I was at my aunt and uncle's house, and my dad went to get the mashed potatoes, and my aunt passed it to him. He grabbed the spoon, and they were instant. Literally, he picked up the whole bowl. So how do you get out of that one? You just made they're way too stiff. So when he went to pick up the spoon, the whole bowl picked up.
I have never eaten, and I've been in the military. Yeah. I have never eaten instant potatoes. Or anything like that.
If they're mixed up properly, they're made from real potatoes, they're fine. Me and my son went to eat when he was little. We went to the Roadrunner. He had mashed potatoes and gravy. They didn't mix them up very well. He got a mouthful of basically powdered potatoes, spit it out everywhere, and has never, ever ate instant again. I would prefer nowadays to buy instant versus peeling them and boiling them because it's quicker. And if you mix them up real good, add cheese, garlic, sour cream, mix them all up, salt, pepper, they're awesome.
Now there's no more potato in there. It's all cheese, garlic.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Well, no, but see, like for me, like my wife and most of my family, rice is their base food, right? For me, potato is a big base for me because that's what I grew up with. I'm not a big fan. I eat some rice, but I'm not a huge fan of it. But I'll eat some. Like my wife will eat rice cold, right?
I can only
That's
have one
because
food in the world
she was raised that, and that's fine. But I'm just saying the different, like for me to go to, like we never got into anything. Like we never had that kartoffel.
Here's some German potato dumplings.
Yeah, kartoffel. That's potato.
Yeah, Knödel.
Yeah,
dumplings.
It's not noodle. It's canoodle.
I mean, this is really nice. You
It's
boil
powder.
them for like
What it is. You make them.
yeah. You mix them with some cold water, let it sit for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then you just make little round balls and put them in boiling hot water, salt water, and then wait till they float up. Once they float up, you just take them out and
they're cooked. Yeah.
What you do your balls is your own business, Matt.
I knew that was coming.
Jealous because
I knew that was coming. But it's interesting, you know. I'm sure. Like I think Australia is probably closer, and New Zealand are probably close to Ireland, where
we like the UK. We like meat and potatoes and veggies. Yeah.
Yeah, but you also know your neighbours as well.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So
do you like their veggies and meat and potatoes?
Oh yeah, that's it. You know, if you're a Kiwi though, it's a bit of puha and pakiha for your dinner.
Okay.
A what?
Puha and pakiha for dinner.
Well, that's great.
Sometimes.
Puha is watercress, and pakiha is basically a long pig, which is white man cannibalism. Cannibalism never went astray.
I'll throw some Vegemite in it and whip them up real good and see if my wife likes them.
Oh, she'll hate you for that.
She won't know. Just won't add no salt.
How she knows?
She's not watching.
I think the fact that it'll be brown and streaky will be a bit of a giveaway. Yeah.
So, I'll whip them up with a mixer instead of with by hand.
Mashed potatoes with chopped onion.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
That's really good.
And a bit of parsley, and a bit of parsley, and lots and lots of butter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I've never done it, but when I was a kid, my mom would take leftover mashed potatoes, make little patties, and grill them in a skillet, both sides.
Yep, that's really good. Or if you boil potatoes, you boil potatoes and then let them go cold overnight, like whatever's left over, slice them and fry them for breakfast. It's really good.
Yeah, we call them Kartoffelpuffers in German.
Yeah, they're
we just
really
call them potatoes. It's too hard. It's too hard to say that.
But kartoffel is potato. So.
No, I know.
It's like what this long Kartoffelpuffer.
Yeah, for something that's that big, you got to wear this long.
It's actually like a pancake. It's like a potato pancake. It is basically.
Yeah, you can do it with the mashed ones, or you could do it when they're cold because they stick really well because they're starchy. Or you can do it with the as I said, we slice them. If you have the full potato, just slice it and fry it. It's really good.
Welcome to the medical channel, the food channel.
Medical, food, science, you name it, we cover it.
Yeah.
Let's go back to how
That's funny. Well, we do a bit of it all, right?
Well, Matt needs help for when he starts to cook more and more dinners. He needs to have them help to know what to do.
Yes.
So.
We'll send you some recipes, Matt.
Guys, that's what I've been working.
See, Matt and his butterflies. I think he's got all these butterflies.
I'm in love, I'm in love.
No. See, he got all these butterflies in his tummy because he knows what's coming.
I gotta get running, guys.
Okay, Jerry.
I made a private chat, Liam. I put a comment in there for you to read, just in case you want to say something if it's happened. So
yeah. There's nothing in there.
Okay.
I got my phone with it dinged.
All right. Everybody have a great night. Thank you very much. Hope to see you tomorrow night at 5
p.m. See you tomorrow, Jerry.
Do an unboxing. We'll be giving away 5 rolls of film for the USA only. It'll be awesome. So thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Take care, Jerry. See you tomorrow.
Cheers, Jerry.
I got to run too, Liam.
We're getting ready to wrap up actually anyway, so shortly.
Okay.
No worries.
Well, I'm going to jump off, so you guys take care.
Cheers, Jason.
Bye, everybody.
And you get the weekend off now. No Tim this week, so you're lucky.
Yay.
Enjoy your peace and quiet.
Right.
leftover baked potatoes run through a cheese grater make the best hash browns. Okay, I'm sure they would.
Yeah, double cook them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what they basically do when you fry them as well. So.
They normally the old mashed potato and fresh raw potato shredded up makes the nice cakes too, mixed up together.
Oh right, yeah.
The raw
That
potatoes grated and second-hand mash.
Yeah, stuff from leftover yesterday in the refrigerator.
Yeah, those two as a combination is the best. Yeah, make great
Or
potato
if
cakes.
you get them and you mash them and you let them go cold, and then what you do is you make them into little balls and roll them in egg and then golden breadcrumbs and then roast them or fry them.
I'm hungry
It's
now.
really
Wonder
good.
why.
Well, it's your daytime. It's bedtime for us, but it's your daytime. So
It's almost time for lunch for me. Yeah. That's
now
for
you
sure.
know what to cook.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, mit Kartoffelpuffers.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
I'm working on another one. I'm working on
another TARDIS.
a different one. Yeah, pieces.
You know, I'm sorry.
That's the first one.
I went over the website. There's nothing what kind of like pulls me into it. Want me to have, you know.
Which one?
Which one?
Clockwork.
Oh, here's
Clock
some
Spring.
lovely designs.
Clock Spring.
Yeah, I know some of the designs are beautiful. I mean, brilliant, but I don't know. I don't feel like
Are you on
some of
you
that
on My
stuff.
Mini Factory? Looking at My Mini Factory?
No.
All his models get posted on My Mini Factory. So search for
Yeah.
Clock Spring on My Mini Factory and have a look through the whole list of his options there. Just say if you can go to the Patreon page, go to myminifactory.com and search for Clock Spring and all his models and stuff. Everything's on that.
Yeah.
So you can, like John was saying, he's not gonna become a Patreon, but he'll pick up one or two, which is what I did at the start. Picked up one or two and thought, screw this, I'll just subscribe.
Well, if you
the wife
subscribe, you have access to all of his models.
Yeah, because the wife likes them so much. So I thought, well, it's cheaper in the long run.
Mm.
Yeah.
What is his Patreon? $5 a month?
I think it's 10 for me, 10 Australian, so $7 US. Not that expensive.
Okay, that's not much. That's about £4 a month.
Yeah.
No, Clock Spring has a lovely designs.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm already with Mr. Bradley, the droid.
Well, I need to speak to him about helping me with my design. I might see if he's interested.
For your big tracks.
For my telescope, yeah. I already have word out. Have a few people looking for. It doesn't have to be remote controlled, but I have people looking for wheelchair wheels, the motors off wheelchairs, because they're high torque. So if I find anyone who's giving away a working wheelchair, I'll get it and I'll scavenge it and I'll dump the rest. I'll dump the body and I'll keep the hand controller, because then I could just use a hand controller with a long cable and drive it from that. It's just to make it easier for me to get in and out of the truck.
Why not use an old snowblower too? They have sometimes chains on them.
But snowblowers are really big and heavy motors in them. I want something that's small, electric, and
high
torque, and a wheelchair motor
doesn't
can
need to be
move
fast. Just high
300
torque,
pounds.
Yeah.
I don't need speed. I need torque strength to carry the weight, like 150 pounds. It's not that heavy, but I need to carry it up the ramp and into the back of my truck, and back down again. So it needs to have reversible. So it needs to have forward and reverse. But but if I can get two motors, and I can actually drive it up and down, and on tracks it'll be easier to control than with wheels. I could do wheels too, but tracks would be nicer. And all I'm going to do is build a platform with raised edges that I stand the telescope into, and I'll drive it out. And then when I get it to where I want it, I'll have someone help me lift it off and put it on the deck wherever I'm setting up, and I'll drive the track back into the car. And then when I'm done, I'll reverse it back out again, load it back up, and then bring it back in. Looks like Matt's getting ready to do another lithophane. That's in Luban.
Yeah. I create my own stuff, so I like lithophanes. I mean, I know I'm a little bit extreme with lithophanes. Everybody knows me as you.
Extreme? No, Matt, not at all.
Addicted, fixated,
fetish?
Nah, I'm not. But Luban, it is pretty good. I mean, you have so many different things what you can do with Luban.
Yeah, I know. It's good software. It's just
And
it's unless you're doing something like at the rate you do it on a constant basis, it's expensive. If you're
Yeah.
doing something like you're doing, like if I'm making lithophane for people and I'm selling them, custom lithophane, now it's worthwhile to invest in the software. But if,
That's
I
it.
have the unlimited license, so I can use
Well,
it
that's it.
for till 2079. I think I can use it till.
yeah,
I'm gonna be dead by then. I'm gonna be
You need to
100 years old.
justify the usage for the licensing, yeah. But in your
Yeah.
case, Matt,
And
you
also I
need
can
it
use
to
it.
do it. So
And I also can use it as commercially if I wanted to now.
yeah. See,
Loop,
yeah, but see, in
Luba-
that case, that's where it's worthwhile.
yeah.
Not everything has to be see-through. Oh, I'm not going to touch that comment.
no, don't,
Yeah,
don't,
she tells me sometimes
don't,
that when I
don't.
stand in front of the TV or in the way of the TV, she goes like, "You're not a window."
Yeah,
No,
in
Yeah,
other words,
sit
you block
down and
your
she'll make you
view.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, she's
No.
or they also some people say you're a pain, but you're not made of glass. So, yeah, I grew up with the same comments because we use the same type of the same terminology in Ireland, right? But yeah, if you're standing in the way of someone watching and they're watching TV and you're blocking the view, you're a pain, but you're not made of glass. Get out of my way. But
Yep.
the crumbs, well, no, it lasts till you're 100. Oh yeah. So the what was I going to say? Time is it, by the way? Oh, it's almost 3 hours we're going.
Yeah.
But so any final comments, any final questions in chat, anything at all before we wrap up, guys?
Oh,
No?
we're all good.
I can show you my lithophane printing right now on my
Resin printer?
94K. Yeah.
Okay, but don't shine a light in it because the light could cure it.
Yeah, I know.
A white light
Yeah.
probably won't, but high intensity enough it may.
Yeah. Let's leave it. I'll show it next time on Saturday off, and then next Wednesday I'll show it
Well,
off.
if it's done tomorrow, you can show it. Yeah, you can. Well,
Yeah.
no, you won't be on Jerry's stream.
Yeah,
Show
we'll
it
be
Saturday.
done in. Hold on, what time is this now? 2:53. It will be done 4:45.
Well, it'll probably be a bit longer than that. It's never that precise, but well, yeah.
Oh no, my calculations are precise. I mean,
Okay.
I'm down to 1 minute error.
Well, it's down
1 minute
to,
minus or 1 minute plus. I am mostly.
We'll show it on Jerry's stream then on Saturday because he's hanging out this Saturday. And guys, do not forget, Jerry is doing some giveaways, US only, because that's all they allow. But he's doing some filament giveaways tomorrow night on his stream. So remember, check out 3D printing and painting. Check out Jerry's stream because he'll be going live at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night, US. And he has some giveaways. He's going to do a live unboxing of a printer, and he has a few giveaways. So check out his stream, and he'll go live on a Hangout Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern time. And most of us are often on there. Everybody's free to come join in. So, and remember, if you haven't already liked and subscribed to this channel, please like, subscribe, and ding that bell. I have some stuff in the works for new printers to talk about and to show you, and maybe even some new lasers that I'm working on. So there might be some of those coming up in the coming weeks. So please subscribe to the channel, and I'll notify you as soon as they become available. You'll get notified when I do the live streams. I do live unboxings when I have machines to do them on Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. US Eastern time. So I generally do my live unboxings there, so the US and the EU can all join in, and even some of those guys down under can even join. Is that right, Kieran?
Yep. Why not? Fair enough.
Yep.
Just don't get the giveaways. So I thought
That's what happens
Tim's
when you
giveaways
live
have
out
gotten
in the
a bit bad. So Tim's going to give I've got Tim jacked up for a giveaway for myself for his next stream to make it a bit more international.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, overseas is hard. It's if you have a
Yeah.
company who's international, a big company who are basically who sell and ship product globally, it makes it easier because they often have product in stock, like through their Amazon store or whatever. But if you don't, it becomes hard because shipping a spool of filament internationally will cost. It costs five times, if not more, if not 3 or 4 times the cost of buying a spool of filament. So
I don't know. Most of the filament I buy is 28 to 35 Australian a roll, and that's local. So if I got shipping on top of that, it's just ridiculous, not even worth it. So I've got 2 distributors here in Perth that I get most of my stuff from, which is quite good.
Yeah, I generally get them from Amazon, or I buy direct from the manufacturer, depending on how much.
So sometimes it's quite strange. I can sit there and get stuff from the US via Amazon cheaper with freight included than what it cost me to buy it from Amazon Australia delivered.
Really?
Yes.
That's
Don't
weird.
ask me why, because Amazon Australia sucks for a lot of stuff.
Did you ask them about that?
That's just the way it is. And then other times it's the other way around. I can get stuff cheaper from the US for Amazon Australia than getting it from Amazon US. Because they may already have it in stock here. They may have it actually in stock here, even though it's classed as a US shipment. So it's quite strange.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Pav TV, I don't think you've been on before. I don't recognize the name. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We're getting ready to wrap up because we've been on for the last 3 hours. But
everyone's sick of us by now.
Yeah. Please like and subscribe and ding that bell so you get notified when we go live again. I'll do these hangouts every Wednesday at 7 p.m. US Eastern. So if you want to join those,
12 o'clock UK time.
Say that again, Matt.
12 o'clock UK time.
That's midnight UK time.
Yeah, because Matt's a night owl. Matt's a vampire. He's never up during daytime.
I don't sleep.
Yeah.
Only in your coffin, all right?
Just wait till you're married. You'll be sleeping then.
You want?
You'll sleep whenever you can, any chance you get.
And whenever he's told to.
Yep. Well, that's packed as a given.
All right, guys.
Should I chain myself directly to the wall already?
Yeah.
Oh no, the ball and chain.
Yeah, no. Louise is fine.
Louise is there.
Louise is still keeping an eye on you. Yep.
Matt never sleeps. I told you he's a vampire.
Yeah.
No, I sleep whenever I can. I suffer from PTSD, and the thing is, my nightmares, they're very, very vivid, and I don't want to explain them on live or anything to anybody really, and they're really gruesome, etc. And
I know, seeing my face, that must be really gruesome.
That line must bring flashbacks.
Hey, I can watch your face all day long, not what I have seen in the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
So I get maybe like 1, 2, 3 hours sleep tops, 4 if I'm lucky, and then I wake up because I have a nightmare, and then I'm like sweating, and I'm so
at least you've got an outlet. You know? When you're up. You got something to to switch off with, which is good.
A lot of people do get into 3D printing because, like even John has said, like at the VA, he's got people who are in a VA who do have PTSD and so on, and 3D printing is an outlet for them because then they have something to concentrate on when they're not feeling well.
Totally switch off with all the intricacies
and turns your focus elsewhere. So it does make a difference. Oh, I'm sure. I'm just saying. I'm nodding compared to Matt's nightmare, I'm sure, but he answers me no matter what time it is.
Matt replies to Dennis basically whenever he wants some help. That's
you're like a Disney movie almost, like la 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 la.
Me?
Yeah.
That's
sorry,
you're nice. That's the first time I've ever been described as a Disney movie.
Yeah, like Disney movies, they're nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bambi gets shot, Lion King gets thrown over cliffs. Yeah, Disney movies are nice. Yeah,
I mean, what we're doing to each other here, we tease each other.
Is Old Yeller a Disney movie? Was Old Yeller a Disney movie? It wasn't it? Yeah, there we go. So don't tell me that Disney movies are nice. Sorry, no.
Disney movies can be
horrible movies. They're horrible.
Oh, by the way, Louise, he wakes up when his phone pings. There's a way to fix that. There's a little feature called
off.
I have my phone goes off at nighttime.
That's why you set it on mute. So you don't.
My iPad is here in the in the
No.
office.
That's why you set the phone
That
on
turns
mute
off,
at
yeah.
nighttime, because if it dings
No,
at nighttime,
I have it on mute. Just when I get up from my nightmares, you know.
oh yeah,
I don't
that's
get up
good.
because it dings.
Okay, that's good. So what time is it? Okay, it's just going into 3 hours.
Yeah.
Right,
All right,
guys,
guys.
we're going to wrap it up. It was fun as always. It was very
Educational.
It was very
Yeah.
educational with many facets of stuff. So we covered many areas.
Today was actually quite a wide, diverse topic range.
We always do that, though. We don't just
Yeah.
stick to 3D printing because we all have other interests beyond that, and we talk about them, right?
And curiosity and the questions you'd ask and question
Like
get answered.
dumplings.
Yeah, dumplings
Kartoffel.
and medical procedures and everything else. Yeah,
I was not keen on that medical procedures.
I wasn't. Trust me, I
Who
wasn't.
likes to go to the doctor? I mean, come on.
Mate, you don't want to see my scars. Trust me.
Doesn't bother me. Go to the doctor.
Mm.
Right, guys.
Cheers,
Alright,
Dennis
guys.
and people.
Wrap it up.
Otherwise, everyone stay safe out there, and we'll try and repeat
Good
this
night,
next week.
good day, and good afternoon.
Yeah, we'll be back next Wednesday at 7 p.m. U.S.
And
Eastern
since
Time.
it's Star Trek Day still for you people, isn't it? Live long and prosper.
Yeah.
Live long and prosper.
Yep.
Come on, do the hand sign. Kieran can't do it.
There you go.
Yeah, now I can do it now.
Thinking. Matt lost it there for a minute. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, people. Okay.
Thank you, guys. I'll
Cheers,
see you
bye.
next Wednesday for sure. If not, I'll see you on Jerry's stream tomorrow night.
Tomorrow,
giveaways.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you. It's been fun as always. And remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay printing, guys.
Yep.
It
Cheers,
was
guys.
fun. Good night.